Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live on a feel-good Friday night with yet another live stream as we dump into WWE Smackdown tonight. It's going to be a fun one, folks. We got lots to talk about, lots going on. Busy weekend, 2 big pay-per-views, Saturday and Sunday, which we will cap the week off with a little bit of Dynasty, but we will talk all about it on the show tonight. Me and that pretty face got you for the next little while, so strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good, and welcome to the Wrestling for Life Network. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are back at it again, folks. We are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream, and welcome back. I hope your week has been great. I hope you're happy, healthy, and safe, and I see that chat blowing up already. Get in there. Don't be shy. Don't be quiet. Hit all the buttons. Be a part of the Wrestling for Life Network. We're about to hit 4.4K subscribers. We can't wait for it. It's going to be a fun one tonight. No Rampage, just SmackDown. Going to dive into all of it. We will find out maybe more about the Bloodline. We got a number 1 contenders match and so much to get into. But like I said, me and that pretty face have you for the next little bit. And I'll remind you who we are, because I'm every night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and that is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight KJ White. I am Big Nick. And yes, we do have title match tonight. We have 2 qualifying matches, but the biggest question I have on my mind is what's next for this new Bloodline? Do we get potentially a new member? Does Jimmy potentially show back up? I think he needs to take some time off after obviously get pulmonized on that head with a chair, but we've got scared Heyman now. He's frightful of the Samoan spike here. So what's going to be next for this new Bloodline?
Yeah, what's the next step in this story? Like, do we instantly add another character? Do we get to know Tama Tonga a little better? What does Paul have to say? Is there any word on what Roman feels? Very, very interesting with the Bloodline. Again, it just feels like a new chapter. Every time somebody out there says, I don't think this story is going anywhere anymore, they add another layer, they add another chapter, and here we go rolling again. And again, is anybody not interested in what could come next?
No, I don't think so at all. I think that was one of the biggest talking points coming out of last week. And could we potentially see Tama Tonga's first match in WWE tonight? That's the thing.
We definitely could.
Be interesting who they go against, because that's the thing. Now it's been, they took out Jimmy. We are, cleaning out the losing, even though Solo's the one with the losing streak, but Jimmy did lose at Mania, so you can have that. But who do they start a feud with? Where does Solo aim this, new Bloodline at? Because obviously you're not going at Cody right now, I would assume. So where do they go with this? Not saying it'd be bad, but who's the first target?
I feel like it's still all internal. They're still building up what this new Bloodline is going to look like, how it all plays out. I think all the storyline we're going to get for the foreseeable future is going to be internal. And it's going to be that internal civil war, that Samoan civil war. I think that's where we're heading right now.
I have a odd thought, and surprisingly, Richard is the one who kind of halfway sparked it.
Uh-oh.
Well, no, because we talked about Tama potentially before he came back as the newest member of the Bloodline and everything. We thought he could have came back being involved with some other history and some other wrestlers and everything that are currently on the WWE roster, one that happens to be wrestling tonight in a big match. And I've said, could the new Bloodline be mercenaries? Could it be hired guns and everything? Could you see Tama get involved and help AJ Styles? And that's you start to coagulate the heels and everything. Like I said, it's an out there idea, but it's an idea.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a bit of a stretch for me right now. I'm really curious what's going to happen with AJ Styles. I mean, is it out of the realm of possibility? No, but if we're pulling AJ into kind of the Tama Tonga Solo storyline, and then we kind of pulls Cody back into the Bloodline, which is interesting unto itself. Could it happen? Yeah. Do I see it happening yet? I don't know. AJ's been a bit of an interesting cat.
Yeah, well, it is a bit of a big reach. I will admit that. I might have pulled my back out reaching for that, but yeah, it's just a thought. But yeah, I personally think AJ's winning this match tonight. I mean, it's not even just because of it's got to be heel babyface, but AJ's kind of been on a slept on a little heel turn here. Like he's actually really kind of found himself again.
Yeah, that's my take on this as well. I feel like, and I see the internet and they all blow my mind. LA loses, then you might as well just throw him out. He's trash. He's garbage. His career's over. He's buried. What are we going to do, Nick? No, I mean, at the end of the day, I say you'll be fine, especially if AJ cheats. You want AJ to find a crooked way to get where he's going. More heat on AJ, more sympathy for the baby face. We're golden. And AJ versus Cody. There's a lot of good story there with that, AJ versus Cody.
Oh, absolutely. Well, it's a dream match that's never happened. You have the whole to where AJ's taken on, actually wrestled Dusty, but has never wrestled Cody. And not to mention, let's be honest, whoever goes against Cody going for this is going to lose. AJ can take the L to Cody stronger than LA Knight could. I mean, especially if he gets to there, then you potentially run the risk of a conflicting crowd.
Oh.
He loses to Cody. You've been to the peak of the mountain and got knocked all the way down. Then you have people really saying, "Oh, he's buried. Oh, he's," they're sick of him. They're tired of him. All that.
Yeah, and I mean, it's funny how we'll see how the crowd goes. I mean, right now Cody's so over. If he gets involved with AJ, it should work. I don't see an issue with it. I think that again, a formidable opponent, a great match for Backlash. And I think the crowd in France is going to be perfectly happy watching Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles.
Oh yeah, no, I agree with that. I was just saying of like if it was to LA Knight, that's where you could get you get some people cheering for LA Knight versus cheering for Cody.
You get that split crowd, yeah.
That's where I was saying you could get a split crowd, and then if LA loses to Cody, well, you went out there and you challenged for the world title and you lost, so now you really kind of get kicked back a little bit. I feel.
Yeah, I think you're right as far as AJ. I'll spit it out. I promise. AJ will be fine, but yeah, LA. I think. You find a reason for him not to win tonight, and he'll be okay. He's still in chase.
Oh yeah, that the fact that he's still in that scene isn't going anywhere for quite a while here.
No, you'll be fine.
Right. But speaking of people who aren't going anywhere for quite a while, do we want to talk to the chat?
Yes, let's talk to the people. How you doing? How you doing? As Billy the Hardcore was the first one, hardcore gamer, I should clarify.
Right.
Was the first one in the chat tonight. I might see this during SmackDown. Won't know for sure. I'm going to have friends over. We'll have fun with your friends. Tell all your friends about the Wrestling Network. We need 2 people to get to 4.4K subs as we head towards 5K, our drive for 5, as we are rolling along. But yeah, big fan of Dakota Kai. Joe, good to see you again. Let's go, AJ. C Money, how you doing? Damien, Uncle Howdy in the house. How you doing, sir? Hopefully,
do we see any teases tonight? I don't know if they've been kind of Raw exclusive. No,
I think they started on SmackDown.
Fair enough.
So yeah, I think we've had them on both, and I'm all for it. Yeah, let's go. Let's keep playing this story.
Right. I'm
invested. Nevsky, how's it going? Right now, LA Knight is doing a better job than AJ Styles, but probably AJ victory. Fair enough. Richard Jr. Richard, remember, we watch all the shows. The streams will go up. I promise.
We ain't going anywhere.
We ain't going anywhere.
Keep reminding us.
Right.
Appreciate it. Well, we got it.
Right. Stop cracking that whip. Jimmy returns to go solo. Now, here's an interesting comment from Sheena. Nick, I mean, based on the beating Jimmy took last week, I don't expect him tonight.
No, you need to sell this for a while. Unlike Taz, after he got shoved and has the bad knee and everything on Dynamite, you need to actually sell this a little bit. And he needs to be off for, I would say, at least till next week, if not even beyond that. You have a big moment.
Yeah, they laid an absolute beating on him for him just to pop back up, unless he comes running out with a neck brace on and, Nick Aldis is holding him back. Like, no, you can't do this.
And then he takes the Samoan spike to the neck brace.
Right? Just layers. It's all about layers, people. So yeah, I don't expect
Jimmy to take the neck brace off because they're going to just really cripple him now, because that Samoan spike is just worse than anything.
Double down. Cody Rhodes already today defended his World Heavyweight Championship versus Nakamura at a live event, and will not be on SmackDown tonight. I thought he was advertised for SmackDown tonight, to be honest.
They're also running the European tour at this point too, as well, which everything that I've seen coming from that has been great. I mean, I saw somebody sharing around a video. Oh, absolutely. Between it was Sammy, Gable, which we can talk about the Gable and the new faction, the new American top team.
They're on to something.
Right. And then Drew and Gunther, Drew going at Punk. But I saw somebody share around a video of it's just a house show. It's a house show in the UK and everything.
Okay.
And it was packed to the goddamn gills.
Again, the British fans love it. They don't get it a lot, and they're excited when they do. Broken Halo, good to see you. Uncle Howdy.
Pay-per-views are going to the UK and going overseas.
Right, 100%. Absolutely. Right. Hope there's some howdy teases tonight. Me too. Wouldn't you know if there was going to be some howdy teases tonight, sir?
I was going to say, if anyone should know, I think it would be you, sir.
Right. Drop some riddles in the chat so people will have to come over here to find out what's going on.
Riddle me this, Batman.
Right. What's up, Safit? How you doing? Nevsky again. Sonny, good to see you. Welcome. Christian, I see you. Craig, Scott, our old buddy. How you doing, sir? Easy Bake is with us. So we are about, we still got over 15 minutes before showtime, folks. But make sure you be a friend, tell a friend, get in that chat. We want to see triple digits on the channel here tonight. We're going to be here for SmackDown tonight. We're back for Collision and TNA Rebellion tomorrow. Maybe peek at Rampage a little bit. We'll see how it goes. And then, of course, Sunday, we have AEW Dynasty. We will be live early both days. Click that little bell so you don't miss out. But we are popping up and ready to go for two pretty close to marathon streams this weekend and then all the way through next week. So lots coming your way. May 5th is Backlash as well.
And there's nobody out there that does cover pro wrestling like we do, and especially live. Absolutely. Be a friend, tell a friend. We should spread the good gospel of wrestling on this, hallowed of 420 Eves out there, by the way. Make sure you put your vitamins and your gummies and your edibles under, your pot leaf plant for RVD, who will be on Rampagia on Saturday as well, just for like a 420 special. Literally, that's, I think, what they've advertised it as.
Yeah, they booked Rob Van Dam for that. We will be here live, so spend your 420 with your favorite vitamin enthused wrestling enthusiast.
Facts.
But yeah, join us tomorrow for 420. It'll be a fun one. 421, another fun one. Now we're up to, I think, 12 matches for Dynasty. Why is Trent Beretta fighting Matt Sydal on the pay-per-view?
Why are a lot of things happening?
On a side note.
Question. Yeah, I mean, why is a lot of things happening in AEW? The Trent Beretta thing should be the Orange Cassidy match. Or if anything, if you don't want to pay that off already, at least make that the Shibata match. Like the whole thing that they even had the match on Dynamite between Shane Taylor Promotions with Trent getting involved at the end, and then OC got the win, was all just convoluted as shit. I mean, the back end of it was all right. You just needed to tweak it and maybe actually have Shane Taylor win. Rather than OC needs to get beaten down. He's got no friends. Why would the guy with no friends beat out the guy that's got the goon squad, the heel around him and everything?
How often do we see this where the group with the most number of people are completely inept? Like your friends suck at helping you accomplish your goals here.
And then proceed to beat the shit out of them afterwards. After you lost, now we can beat you up.
It's the old happy. It's the old Happy Gilmore, Nick, of where were you on that one? May 4th, Sheena, thank you for the correction. I said 5th, May 4th. May the 4th be with you, and we will.
Hey, there you go. Dun, dun,
there we go.
Dun, 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 dun.
Celebrate all the holidays with the Wrestling for Life Network. Christmas, fucking 420, May the 4th.
I almost swore right there. I was going to say we're a bunch of festive motherfuckers over here.
Yippee-I-K.
Yeah. Yippee-I-K. Hey, what do you say? We'll go down by the bay. Maybe play with some clay.
That's a transition.
Yeah.
May 4th, it's Wild World of Sports Day because of backlash from the UFC. 301 from Brazil. Kentucky Derby. Canelo Alvarez. Wait, Canelo and Alvarez are fighting at the Kentucky Derby?
Canelo's going to beat the shit out of Brian.
Punctuation matters. There we go. Loaded day. And we will be here live on that particular day. It's a brunch with the boys. It's going to be a fun one. We're looking forward to it. Eric,
Yeah.
Douglas, good to see you. What?
I know, sorry, as someone who has to get up early for work and everything like that, I'm very much more appreciating these Brunch with the Boy pay-per-views and everything from the WWE instead of these Sunday night fucking marathons of 12, 13, 14. We don't even know by the time we hit Sunday if they're not going to add 3 more matches.
Yeah, for some reason, getting done at like 4 p.m. on a Saturday afternoon is way better than a 1 a.m. on a Sunday.
On a Monday morning.
Yeah, on a Monday morning. Eric Douglas, are y'all going to do a mock draft for WWE next week? Yes.
Facts.
Our draft, pre-draft special here at the Wrestling for Life Network will be next Thursday, 8 p.m. We will be going live, myself, Anthony, and Big Nick. We're all going to take a brand and run with it and see how we do. So tune in for that. We'll see what your picks are. We'll see what our picks are. And it should be a whole lot of fun.
I was going to say, we have to pick our brand out of our beards and everything instead of picking it out of a hat.
Right. So, yeah, no, tune in for that. We will be here as well. And we got lots coming your way. We're bringing back the Dirt Sheet debates. We're going to launch our members-only streams.
Well, and we have an interview already lined up, seeing how we're going to be here on Saturday for TNA Rebellion, to where we're going to have the personal concierge of Ash by Elegance. I said it right this time. George Iceman is going to be joining us and everything. So we'll even get the insider scoop of her strategy, going into facing Zai Brookside on that week's, TNA Impact, all that. So 100%. We get the scoops out here. We've interviewed the scoop, and now we get the scoops.
Lots going on at the channel, folks. Over the Ropes Wrestling Podcast. I think Swerve will win. That's my vote, sir. I'm with you.
That's a foregone conclusion. Respectfully, and I think it's going to be great. It's going to be an awesome moment. I think it's a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, I'm with you. I really am.
He's just too fucking good. Like, everybody wants to say, oh, so-and-so fumbled this, so-and-so fumbled that. If WWE fumbled any wrestler right now, it's Swerve Strickland.
Right. Yeah, I think so. I think it's
him going out like Cody.
Yeah, I think we're good with it. Rob Van Dam is in a fatal 4-way on that match. He should be in a 20-man battle royal on 420. I'm just saying.
And it comes down to a fatal 4-way?
Yeah.
And they just call it a cipher?
Yeah, that's it. Can we do a 4-ring battle royal? Can we go? Samoa Joe might beat Swerve due to a screw job. Richard, that could happen. Swerve could win. Joe could win. I don't think he's going to at this juncture. He's had a nice little transitional title run. Give it to the young hot guy that's working right now, that's cooking, that's getting a reaction. I love Joe. Fans love Joe. Joe will be fine. I think it's Swerve's time.
Joe's great and everything. Joe 100%. I know that sounded terribly disrespectful, but no, he's fantastic and everything. But right now, like, you had Swerve in his sit-down interview with Renee Moxley Good on Wednesday and everything, and you could hear the whole crowd in the background. Whose house? Swerve's house. Whose house? He's the hottest babyface you have in that entire company right now. You need to put the title on him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you need something good.
You need a positive story with a positive spin and a positive night, and that's potentially a positive end to hopefully what is a positive pay-per-view. All the positives. Yeah, I think so. And I think, again, it shows a sign of we're getting away from some of the older talent. We're getting away from some of the, what I would call more, deeper WWE guys. Like Swerve was in WWE, but he had a cup of tea and he kind of really figured himself out once he left WWE. So,
yes and no, but I also feel like this is Swerve's establishing himself as one of the true pillars of AEW.
Yeah.
I hate using that term still and everything, but he has really reinvented himself. The Swerve Strickland we got in WWE is not the Swerve Strickland we have in AEW or anything like that. He's tenfold what he was there, and he's really been one of the figureheads for AEW. So rather than these forced pillars of Jungle Boy, Samuel, that we're seeing the true pillars establish themselves. Again, I think I said pillars as much as you said positives. So
right,
we're up there on the P words.
And my question becomes: if Swerve is unsuccessful, are you going to stretch out this storyline, or does he go back to the end of the line? And if he goes back to the end of the line, do you lose his momentum?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's always the and then what? Like Joe can take, and much like with AJ to Cody, Joe can take and then what? Versus Swerve kind of can't take and then what?
100%. So yeah, I'm kind of fixated on the idea that Swerve is going to pick up this win, and we'll see how it builds. I think there's a lot of potential in some really big matches that could happen in upcoming pay-per-views with Swerve as the main event.
Keyshawn out here trying to raise our blood pressure. 12 matches on the card and not a Jeff Jarrett cameo in sight. Give it time, my guy. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Right. I know you are champion right now, but goddamn it, don't you put that evil on us.
But see,
we already got Jericho. The prayer circles didn't work. We already got Jericho.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you start random, there's no reason, and I don't want to pick on him, but I'm gonna. But there is no reason for Trent Beretta, Matt Sydal to be on this pay-per-view, even in the pre-show. It's not necessary in any way, shape, or form. Jericho Hook has been nothing but awful. I'm not looking forward to this match. I don't know if anybody in the chat right now is like, can't wait for that Hook match on Sunday. Like, it's not good. And listen, there is a lot good on this card that if you were to eliminate the unnecessary, if you were to eliminate the matches and the people that don't really move the needle, you get a really solid 7-8 match card that has a potential to cook.
I mean, already you got Okada versus Pac, keep that on the card. Bucks versus FTR ladder match. Obviously, you gambled and put the Punk footage out there. Keep that on the card. Joe versus Swerve, obviously. Ospreay versus Danielson already. So there's 4 or 5 matches right there. Maybe add 2 to 3 more or anything like that, and you've got a great card. Maybe even if you want to do 2 matches on a pre-show.
Yeah.
There you go. I think that's a solid, size card. Now with every match is a huge match and has big implications versus, like you said, Beretta versus Matt Sydal. What's the next thing? Hook versus Jericho. What's the next thing? Like, we randomly have Copeland, Kingston, and Briscoe versus the House of Black. I mean, that's the only problem is there's fluff on this. Trim the fluff.
Again, Malachi Black fighting Edge for the TNT title.
Way better than a 6-man.
Sounds great, but we're going to get a trios match. Okay. Hook and Jericho could be a TV storyline. It doesn't need to play out on a pay-per-view. It's not high demand enough for a pay-per-view. You want to play out this story? Fine. People who like it, do you, boo-boo.
And then
you just don't need to clog up. Like, if you were going to put Trent Beretta on the pay-per-view, it should be Orange Cassidy.
Right.
Why would you not do Orange Cassidy? What the fuck does Matt Sydal have to do with any of this?
He was involved in the run-in. But, yeah, even if, like, with it being for the FTW Championship, going back to the Hook and Jericho match, and you don't want to keep your world champions, constantly wrestling on TV or anything like that, have that be pretty much a TV title. Remember when those were a thing?
Yeah.
To where they were pretty much defended exclusively on TV. You need to actually have feuds that build up and pay off to TV. You can't just have your TV constantly building up to shows fucking 4 months down the road.
Yeah, and you don't really throw together, I mean, again, you get a one-off specialty match, but you don't need to give us a match usually reserved for Rampage on the pay-per-view. How do you get your fans excited for a pay-per-view with who cares terrible booking match in the pre-show? Don't do it. It's just not necessary. You can do a 10-match pay-per-view.
I would say 10 matches, and that's giving 2 to the pre-show. I'd say 8 is probably the magic number, and especially if you're going to have bigger matches, like if you're going to have a lot of matches, that's going to need time. That's going to go for a while.
Yeah.
And you're going to need to pace it out. So you need to have those kind of in-between matches, but you can't have too many of them because then you lose the audience.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. But folks, get in that chat. Keep it coming. I see we're approaching 70. I want to see triple digits here tonight. Casey, welcome back. Good to see you.
Wrestling for life.
Kevin, good to see you as well. Keyshawn, of course. Safi, we got you already.
Hold on, I
Just
want to.
go
Yes,
47.
that's what I want to click on. I'm late. Did anybody discuss Seth finally getting surgery for his knee? He's going to be out for a while. Yes, the MVP of WrestleMania weekend wrestled both nights in the main of big prominent matches, not main events.
Yep.
With a torn meniscus and went and had surgery on Tuesday.
Yeah, and I think a lot of us predicted this, and you got to give him credit. You know, running around on a bum knee. You know, he was arguably the MVP of WrestleMania 40. Oh, sorry, I'm just getting the replay of Chad Gable's turn last week. It's still awesome. But yeah, no, I mean, Seth gave it all. I mean, that's why the fans get behind Seth, because he is one of those guys that live it. Yeah, it's a job. Yeah, it's, you know, organized chaos. But at the end of the day, the guy bleeds for the sport. And he could have blown out his knee and said, oh, I need time off. I can't make Mania. But look what he ended up doing instead. So we suspected this might be the case, Nick. And when he returns, it's going to be a big pop. He needs a break. Let him breathe.
Absolutely. The man's been going at a clip 100%. Literally, that's why they were constantly bringing up the whole workhorse thing. And Roman's doing, you know, the when you walk like this, talking about a workhorse. So, yeah, 100% the man's earned a pause. And when we probably are potentially going to get Roman versus Seth, and we finally get the conclusion of this, you know, Shield saga, even still, it's going to be epic.
Right. No, I completely agree with that. And I think it will be a big moment. And we'll see what direction he goes in, because, you know, he can yank it either way. He can have everybody cheering.
That's what she said.
Pause.
But yeah, well, he could go heel and go at Cody, but it'd be a stretch after he was the Shield for him.
Yeah, but things change. Look, I was out on the shelf because I sacrificed myself for you.
I lost my belt. I lost time off my career, all to protect you, and then you squandered everything I helped get you.
Yeah, right. Jeff Jarrett is busy. Yeah, so Jeff Jarrett relaunches Global Wrestling Entertainment with podcasts and a whole bunch of sports.
Is it a subsidiary of the NWA? I feel like that sounds like it needs to be a subsidiary of the NWA.
People are murmuring that Jeff Jarrett's getting ready to open Vince McMahon's new wrestling company.
Oh,
but ladies and gentlemen, we are about 2 minutes away. What?
I said dos minutes. Two.
I said
same thing you said.
From SmackDown. So get in that chat. Don't be shy. Don't be quiet. Let us know what's on your wrestling mind. We will catch up to that chat. Don't forget, we got super chat, super stickers. If you want to stand out from the crowd, it's your way to guarantee we click on your comment. But big night ahead. We'll see what Bayley Naomi brings. We'll see what's happening with Paul and the Bloodline. And also a fatal four-way to find out who's going to fight the douche canoes. So lots going on. We are about to kick it off, and let's see triple digits in this chat tonight. Take the link, share it with your friends, share it with the world. Are you ready, Nick? I feel like that
Absolutely.
was.
I was going to say, God damn, you're like the fucking president from Independence Day. We will not go softly into that. Good night. This is our Independence Day on SmackDown.
Right. We ain't go. Oh, no,
you can't do that. No. If I can't do.
No, you're right. You're right. I wish these stop fucking up.
Stop being terrible people.
The Zona, we out here. Let's go. What's up, Zona?
Well, and speaking of the Zona, the Arizona Coyotes are out of there as well.
The Utah Penguins. Here we go.
Utah Jazz coming to the NHL.
A lot of people were talking about the Utah Yeti. So we'll see. We'll see.
Utah polygamists.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, considering Toronto's best players from Arizona, it's unfortunate to see them go, but yeah, they're heading to Utah. So next year we technically, and I said this in our group chat, of like, you could get the St. Louis Blues against the Utah Jazz in a playoff showdown, a musical playoff.
Rhythm and blues, my guy.
Let's go. But unfortunate, but been here before. We've seen a lot of teams move around. Danny D, how you doing? John, how you doing?
It is. I'll say this as we're about to go live here with the show, but I've got a fucking patio ad.
Fresh wound. Sorry, sir.
No, you're good. But I think the Coyotes are the last. Well, no, it's them or the Lightning are like the last of those, that kind of splurge of expansion that have all kind of died out pretty fast. No, it's
well, I mean, it depends on how you look at it, because you still got San Jose, Anaheim kicking around in that loop.
Yeah, but no, I'm saying like when like the Thrashers came in and everything like that.
Yeah. But I got now.
I got Monster Trucks. I got Monster Jam on my screen.
Monster Jam. What's up, Stoner? How you doing? Happy early 420 to Jesus.
Right. Hey, Zeus, we are blessed. As I have now, I don't know if that's where you were at or not.
I did, yeah.
Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are
forever.
So Nick and I are locked in and ready to go. We got you for 2+ hours here tonight. Remember, we take a prediction on every single match. We take a rating out of 10 at the end of the show. Get in that chat. What do you want to talk about? Keep it clean, keep it fun. Welcome to the Wrestling Utopia, as we are set to go, Nick.
Absolutely. And again, we're getting the fans, a select group of fans entering the arena. Now, did you notice on Wednesday, I wasn't here with you as we're getting crowd shots or fan shots, how AEW started to kind of do similar camera shots-ish?
They're trying, but they do this weird thing, Nick, where they just show the roof at times, and I haven't quite figured out what the strategy.
Because they can't pan around, so they got to go up. When you can't go left or right, go up.
But you can't focus on like 2 or 3 people that are like smiling and high-fiving. Like,
you need to find 2 or 3 people that are smiling and high-fiving.
Like, as we got Naomi coming in all glowed up.
I saw people saying that because they had green shirt guys in the front row, that even their fans are not.
You remind me of the Bludgeon Brothers they had facial hair. You know,
when did they not have facial hair?
Grizzly Adams did have a beard.
Right.
Speaking of rhythm and blues, what's up, Boston? How you doing? Doing? And we're kicking off the show with LA Knight, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
What's up, Michael? Randolph, how you doing? Kyle's back with us.
You want the Hartford Whalers?
Hartford, the whale? Yes, let's go.
Moby? Moby?
All right, we're about 7 away from that digits, folks. Let's get us there. 103 likes on the stream already, so thank you for that. But I see us just flirting with 100 in this chat. So be a friend, tell a friend. Good to see you, Clay Lewis and C Money. Let's go.
Yes, let's practice some league expansion on that podcast world out there. Everything. Spread the good gospel of pro wrestling. See, I'm trying to transition.
It's working.
Slowly but surely.
As we have hit 4.4K as we stand here now.
Hey.
So congratulations to all. And to all a good night. No, I'm just kidding.
Vitamins be with you and also with you.
With you. AJ Styles for the win. So are we opening with this match?
That would be really surprising if we're opening with this. We're going to have... Looks like we're opening with this match. You got to have a big moment, I feel, on the back end or something if we're opening with this. Because I thought this was the clear cut for the main event.
Yeah, I thought this would be the main event.
Up your world titles, feud. Sorry.
No, I'm with you. I was just in agreement that I thought this would be the main event tonight, but we are wasting no time, ladies and gentlemen. He had taken LA Knight or AJ Styles. I see. Yeah, and I got LA Knight for the win. Yeah, we got AJ Styles for the win, says Damien. Corey Graves is home again in Pittsburgh. They're in the old igloo.
There you go. Well, I'm on a weird transition, I guess. I'm going to just say I'm glad that they're going away from the fucking AR graphics and everything like that that are just goddamn ridiculous.
They were more silly than interesting, and I thought Roman Reigns' AR was very aggressive. Some of them were okay. Like, I mean, even Apollo Crews, when he had his might have been the best, but it wasn't good. It was too much.
No one remembers it because we never saw it, but yeah,
right.
Saw it fleetingly.
AJ for the win, probably. What channel is SmackDown on tonight? Not on local Fox channel. I'm watching it in Canada, so sorry.
I was going to say, I'm in New England, so check your local listings. I'm watching it on Fox. I don't know what your Canadian version
We
of that
call it
is.
Sportsnet.
Ah.
They should tag team becoming LA Styles. What about AJ Knight?
A cousin of yours?
Yeah, right. Oh, booze for AJ. We're off and running, folks. As much as I
Right.
want LA Knight, I'm thinking AJ is getting the title shot. Yeah, are you still leaning AJ?
Oh, absolutely. This has got to be AJ to me, 100%. And honestly, heel or babyface, especially probably even when he was a babyface. If you would have told me we were getting AJ Styles versus Cody Rhodes, would you have not instantly said, sign me up for that match?
Oh, 100%. Again, like you said earlier, it's kind of a dream match, like one that you were never sure you were really going to get. AJ's
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't know Cody was coming back once upon a time. So, yeah, I mean, for me, at the end of the day, Cody AJ sounds amazing. And there's history there. And the way the WWE's been functioning now, they can talk about past stuff, crossing paths in other organizations.
That's actually not a bad shout. If they could tease and tap dance with that, if they have common connections and everything. Because let's not forget, at one point, as LA Knight's bashing AJ's skull into the announce table, let's not forget at one point, AJ Styles, before he became the Swolverine out here, was arguably discussed as one of the greatest pro wrestlers. So let's not forget that.
Yeah, absolutely. What's going on, 123 Kid? The Geek Box is back in the house. How you doing, sir? Hope you're well. Hope you're having a good stream. We're always having a good stream, especially on a Feel Good Friday. And, back at it tomorrow, 420 special, Saturday night, doubling up on the show. It's going to be a fun one. And then Sunday, AEW Dynasty, big show. We will see the first ever Dynasty as AJ back into that goddamn table.
Right? Did they get rid of the Spanish announce table because their Spanish commentator went to AEW?
They're like, oh, man.
Like they might have. As we go to commercial break here, BS.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm getting a commercial for the NHL playoffs beginning tomorrow.
Gee, if they're not targeting their audience or anything like that, as I see we keep tiptoeing by the window here. We're at 93, 94. Let's see if we can just coast through at 100 here.
Yeah, we're still teasing. Come on. You guys got it. Somebody out there has a couple friends. Let's go.
If not, you at least got a couple side accounts and everything. You can watch us on multiple things and everything.
AJ wins makes more sense. Tie up the scoreboard with LA 1-1 and have a banger with Cody. Facts. I'm with our friend here. Let's go.
Right. Do they get a best of 7 series here?
Eventually, they'll stretch it out. But again, if AJ cheats, and then you always open the door for AJ's fighting Cody, and one of the reasons AJ doesn't beat Cody is LA. Now we have a rubber match to have at SummerSlam, or
to a triple threat,
or maybe a triple threat. Let's go. I'm watching on the box. LA Knight for the win. What if you bring up Jalen Kidd from the other night on the NXT, whatever his name is, I forgot.
Not yet. Javon Evans.
Javon Evans, not yet.
He's still got I really liked his match with Ilya. Now, granted, if you're Dave Meltzer, that'll be the only good match he could have, and he can't wrestle a la Trick Williams.
Right.
But yeah, I think you've got to let some of these people actually stay down here, especially with this draft come up. You're going to see some guys, obviously like Carmelo, Braun, etc., that are going to vacate prominent spots there. So you've got to be able to backfill it. Depth, like you always preached of. WWE has depth.
Yep. Yeah, and again, patience, and they're willing to take their time on things. And there's no rush for a kid like Evans. We just got him. Looks like he has a bright future, a lot of upside. Maybe we get a, Evans Ricochet moment one day, that kind of feel to him. So I'm excited for it, but patience, and you still want NXT to be an entertaining show, especially when it's starting to do, equivalent numbers to your competition.
Yeah, well, and then too, if you pick the cupboards clean there and everything, then you overfill your main roster, and then you get people, why aren't you booking this person? You get people lost in the shuffle, a la the man that's become the new Veer Mahan of Odyssey Jones.
AJ versus Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship at Backlash is not a bad idea. None at all.
Thank you.
Is it a big loss that Cody Rhodes not on the show tonight? No, I mean, he's been on TV more than previous champion, you know.
Just say his name. Just say it. If you're gonna say it, just go. If you're
What
gonna
up,
go there,
Roman?
just
How you
say it.
doing, Roman?
Uh,
Yeah,
Yeah, but then no one can judge too how Cody holds the title or anything like that too.
that's the
Because some
best.
of you
Let's
haven't
go.
watched, old school wrestling if you don't get how he's holding that title.
I don't get it, therefore I don't like it. That's kind of the shoot first mentality of so many.
What is modern a lot of things.
Right. Yeah, I mean, again, are you going to probably bring in a few more numbers if Cody's announced or if Roman's announced or, The Rock's coming back tonight? Again, the superstars are the superstars. But you sell us on a really good show. You sell us on LA Knight, AJ Styles, and people are going to tune in. We'll see how it impacts everything overall.
Right. Well,
oh,
no, I'm just clicking through. Get out and take your table with you. What? What is the Dudley Boys?
Right.
NBA and NHL playoffs start tomorrow and Sunday. Bash, what up? Randolph cheering for the Rangers. Maybe at some point we'll have to talk about the Leafs and the Bruins. Bringing back flashbacks like when I have to deal with the Bills and Chiefs.
Fun quick fact: the last time and the only time since I was probably 18 years old that this baby face was a baby face was 2013, thanks to the Boston Bruins in one of the most historic collapses ever. So I'm not betting my beard on it, but I'm going for the Leafs all the way, of course.
I haven't lived in New England long enough, so you can't blame me for that or whatever. I was still living in New York at that time.
Yeah, I was like 7 minutes away from winning a whole lot of bets, and then it all went to shit.
And hello, darkness, my old friend.
Yeah. New titles tonight. Yeah, that's a good point. Tag titles. We should get new ones. The blue version of the other one.
Please let that be good.
They're going to be exactly like the other ones, but blue.
No, they won't. They'll be just like their world title. They'll be the giant W, which I still like better than the fucking, fucking
the hood ornament.
O'Shea bullshit.
I like the etching. I like the work.
You can have that. You're a so then here are we declaring our brands here for the draft here of you get Raw and I get SmackDown. Of
you get the big W. Is that what it is?
I get the big W.
SmackDown is preempted in my area due to Senate debate. Holy shit. Z-Man Scar. That's a terrible reason to preempt wrestling.
Well, then at least you got us, so we'll talk you through it and everything. So you can, we'll debate not quite like the Senate, but maybe at least a little bit.
We might be a little more colorful than a Senate debate. But
I don't know. Have you watched some of the Senate debates in America?
Right, fair enough.
I'm all about them colors.
Oh, Superplex!
Superplex, jeez.
No.
Two go.
Alan Jones for the win. All right, see money. La-di-da.
Blaze Trip and Luna Trip. Well, we're going on a trip in our favorite rocket.
Right.
Give me a good. Yeah.
Yeah. Dash, how you doing?
Oh, do you think they will bring the winged eagle back? I was hoping for it. Instead,
a lot of people have been hoping for it, and Cody teased it, man. But I don't know. I think they like their generic. We can make 1 million of these real fast in some factory, opposed to like, we got to do more work. Oh shit! Reverse DDT, beautiful.
Two go.
Good one.
Let's go. Yeah, it is a little bit one of those. If you were talking about all the playoffs and everything, whoever wins, whether it be NBA, NHL, whatever, you're going to get, your league's trophy, and you're also going to get a WWE championship belt sent to you. So they want that giant W there as, branding.
Branding. Also good on the hood of any car that you have.
What you got to get against people with stickers on the back of their cars and everything.
Right.
I say this as I have a Corey Taylor, mask sticker on the back of my car.
Right. Oh, roll up. 2. Good match to start this one off, folks.
And Pele kick, as we've even got Little Nate as the referee here, too.
Mm-hmm. Who on the NXT roster could you see called we'll
talk about that on a commercial break.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah. Rolls through on the phenomenal four. Ooh.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Catches him into a power slam.
Big elbow.
Big elbow.
I miss EC3. This is definitely the first time I've ever read that sentence.
EC3 doesn't even miss EC3.
What happened to EC1 and 2?
Right? He ate them. That's why he's so big and so swole. Oh.
Blunt force trauma blocked by AJ. Now wait. Ref's distracted.
Oh. Hung him up on the rope. John C. What up? Seeing some classic moves here. Oh, phenomenal forearm. 1, 2, 3.
There you go. AJ Styles with the cheeky win. Needs a new song, though.
Yeah, well, we thought he was going to get one. Instead, they just gave us his just slowed down. Not a good match, not like a super heely kind of move to get the win. Like, it was pretty clean.
Eye poke.
Boink.
The eye poke of doom.
Captain Insano shows no mercy.
Right. Well, that's it. Now you set up that potential third match, Nick. And you give, there's a couple outs here for sure.
But so at Backlash and Viva la France, we are going to get for the undisputed WWE Championship, Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles. And
let's go.
That's a match I'm all the way signed up for.
Absolutely. Good to see you, Dale. Happy Friday, Jordan. I'd like, we talked about this, Dijak potentially getting called up.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't really go any further, I don't think, in NXT.
Yeah, and it's even where does I think he goes specifically to Monday Night Raw. Him versus Bronson Reed, him versus Gunther, he works perfectly in there. Like, he just needs to dial back the gimmick and go back a little bit more towards the Dominic Dijakovic, you know, and everything versus I am the Dijakanita.
Right. But we are getting a replay from last week, all the events that went down between the Bloodline, Cody, and each other. So very interesting. We'll see where this goes. What time is back? I believe it's noon.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Well, we got you with the hookup here. It's going to be, well, that's the thing is we normally go even a little bit before the pre-show. So we got you even well in advance. You can go and sit there and, you know, watch us, get your vitamins, get you right and everything beforehand.
Absolutely.
It is really interesting, though, because it was a big question of how are they going to do the Bloodline post-Roman losing? And so now this is the way they went, and they instantly dragged everybody right back into it. Of now everybody's paying attention.
Absolutely. They kept everybody on the hook, right? Like, just when you thought, now what? And I mean, even the insertion of Tama Tonga, which we're getting the repeat of right now, like, it instantly made everyone perk up and go, if you don't know who he is, you want to know. And because those of us who do know who he is, well, we perked up too, because now we're like, all right, what's this badass going to do here?
But are you one of those people that, well, he's not part of the family fully. He's not actually related. So why is he there?
Yokozuna was not Japanese.
Yeah. Well, and Christ.
Sergeant
remember when Rikishi and Haku were a tag team together? I'm a bad man.
Close the fuck enough. And, you know, like I said, Sergeant Slaughter wasn't actually in any wars. He was just a dude.
Solo in a suit. My voice got 2 octaves too high there, I feel, with that one.
If you pull up as an Uber driver and the guy gets in and he's in a suit, but he's got his thumb taped up, do you instantly get nervous?
I'm an extra in a John Wick movie.
I like what they're doing. The evolution of Solo right before our eyes.
And he's doing everything, but this is so great. He's doing everything Roman did.
And Tama Tonga staring a hole through Paul.
How is the Samoans more of a mafia than the fucking Italians on NXT? But yeah, this is just so good. And you just see him everything of it's just every Roman moment. Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's asking for Kevin Owens. Is Kevin Owens here, folks?
This is what. And this is so interesting because when Paul was with Roman, they had that connection, they had that bond, you had that understanding. Paul looks so terrified to even be within striking distance of Solo.
Yeah, it's not the same relationship, and he doesn't trust the relationship the way he trusted Roman, right? Like he had Roman tamed, for a lack of better words. He understood the partnership in his role, and he understood that the tribal chief respected him. With Solo is a wild card.
I know,
Paul's on his toes.
I know that we've said we could see a Roman Reigns babyface turn throughout all of this. Could we see a Paul Heyman babyface turn throughout all of this?
Yeah, no, easily.
They go and attack the wise man, and he comes back to Roman disheveled beside himself. Look at what they did to me. Or he's the one that turns.
I see him as you. I could see Paul hitching his wagon to the younger up and coming, like be the turncoat. And that, because that automatically burns Solo as the heel, like full bright light.
It's the more stamp of approval of you've got Heyman, much like it was with Roman.
Yeah.
We said he's literally mirroring Roman. That stamp of approval of we see, twitchy, scared Heyman, and then he turns and he smiles.
Yeah.
And he's comfortable in it.
You can see
and
it.
He was the mastermind all along. It wasn't even Dwayne. It was Paul.
It was Paul pulling the strings the whole time. And I could see that 100% being the case. It helps Roman establish himself as a babyface. And what they're doing with Solo right now, like you said, like Solo in a suit. Artist, good to see you. Solo all of a sudden's got a little more of a swag, a little more of an attitude up in his game. You said acting just like Roman.
I've heard him talk more in the past 2 weeks on SmackDown than I think I have in his entire WWE career prior.
Yeah, absolutely.
He actually can cut a promo. Even the awkward, like, if you ever are at a family gathering or a social gathering and someone comes up and hugs you, like that, run, just leave instantly because you're about to get fucked over.
Right. Speaking of the Bullet Club, I'm here for Tama. I think everybody is. I think it was a nice, like you said, it was every time it feels like the Bloodline stories kind of come to its end. They, Sammy gets involved. Now Tama's involved. Like they find ways to reignite it. And this is what we're watching right now. Tama being there, standing behind Paul the way he was. Let's go.
Right. Scott saying so looks like a mafia boss. And now we're even getting, debriefing from the Samoan syndicate out here. The Samoan Watchman letting us know Solo is working for the new tribal chief, Jacob.
Now, that is another twist. See, this is what I love about this, because I still think it's The Rock pulling the strings on the new Bloodline. And it will be Roman, Jimmy, Jay reuniting, maybe with Sammy, to go against The Rock, Jacob, Tama, and Solo, which that sounds ridiculous. But again, it could be Jacob, it could be The Rock, it could be Paul Heyman.
It could be Solo, who was anointed as the new tribal chief.
Solo.
Well, that's the thing, is much like even with the Wyatt thing, like what we were talking about, or the Uncle Howdy stuff and all of that, the kind of that, glitch stuff and everything. There's so much going on in WWE that we don't know the outcome, but every outcome seems pretty fucking cool if they did it.
Yeah, we're good.
It is one of those you could just fantasy book into oblivion. Now, granted, don't work yourself into a shoot, brother, to where, because they don't do what you want to do, and I'm not saying this towards you, I'm just PSA. Don't get hung up on, well, they didn't do what I wanted them to do, so it's bad. No, there's 10 million outcomes with a lot of stories in WWE right now, and they're all pretty fucking cool.
They're all intriguing. Like, we have no idea. We have no idea what role Jacob's going to play in this. We have no idea, again, who's truly in charge of this. We still don't even know what The Rock handed Cody the last time they saw each other. It's a lot of question marks. But speaking of question marks, the Pittsburgh Steelers are in the crowd.
Yes, their season coming up in 2024, and what they're going to do in the 2024 NFL draft is a question mark. Transition.
There you go.
The Samoan Watchman said, new here. Great show, fellas. Appreciate it, my guys. We're been kicking it now for up over 120 plus here on the stream. So 100%. You're new here, be a friend, tell a friend. Make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button. We got all the bells and whistles. We got all the buttons and tassels and everything for you as we're getting the new belts.
New belts, no Triple H. He doesn't respect these belts as much. Here it goes. No tricks.
Now you wait. Well, if we get the game coming out here, or is it Nick Aldis is the more competent general manager there?
Maybe that's what it is.
Do a turn. I don't know.
Oh, here comes Triple H.
Eat your words. Eat your words. I feel like I need to go. How about them apples?
That's it. I was like, perfect answer. Where's Triple
And again,
H?
though, smaller sets, not giant Titantrons and huge stages and everything, because you got to fit more people and you got to make more room for attendance.
And I don't mind it. Like, just the screen they're using, it's simple. Again, when you're telling me that you're making the stage smaller to fit more people, all the power to you, bro.
Yeah, would you rather watch a show with less people and a giant ass stage and a giant ass Titantron for you to watch their entrance video on, or would you rather see a smaller setup with bigger crowds and louder crowds and everything?
Yeah, let's go.
No boy there is about to pass out because Triple H gave him the love.
Yeah, rumor is there is no Cody tonight. He is in Europe.
We got a QR code.
QR code. Uncle Howdy's here.
Right, instantly. QR code.
QR code.
Yes, QR code. So
why would they give us a QR code when Trips is coming out? You know we're going to get distracted, Trips.
Facts, but that's when you know people are going to be paying attention.
Facts.
So 100%, while we're live here, if you can hear the sound of our voice, let us know, and we'll have to still wait through probably some lives, but let us know what comes out of that QR code and everything like that, because we can't exactly look it up right now.
Yeah, I know the internet sleuths. I almost called them something else. Shout out.
You want a sleuth? Well, I'll talk about my either love or hatred for these new titles.
Oh, you're going to not like them. Because you're gonna look.
No, I'm gonna like them because they're on SmackDown and they're not gonna look like fucking, Ferrero Rocher fucking collection.
Let's see. As I go hunting for QR codes,
they're just don't pull an Elmer Fudd. Sean, what up?
What's going on, Sean?
John C. saying Uncle Howdy. WWE could keep this Bloodline thing going for a few more years.
Yes,
I think that's the intent. There's so many parts they can move around. And is it not the fucking Sopranos? Instead of the Sopranos, it's the Samoans of WWE.
It is. It really is the Samoan dynasty.
Right. As Triple H is still getting over WrestleMania.
Absolutely.
It's so crazy that this man still can't, still cuts a promo. Like, he's about to have a match, tonight.
Yeah, man. Oh, got the QR code. Hang tight, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go. Marvin saying, so another set of tag belts. Absolutely. Well, we got a new era, new belts. I think the new tag team titles are ugly. Emo Stars were agreeing with me about the Monday Night Raw ones. Yes, they are terrible.
I like them. I just wish they weren't so round. I agree with Boston. Boston pointed out, that circular, that solid circle, it really makes it look
spherical.
It looks platish.
I'm in shape. Round is the shape.
There you go. Facts.
Mega saying, I told you they would do this. I told you. I think a lot of people told us. But
what?
You have that.
What did you tell us? That they were going to give both belts? I think we knew.
We have that. I mean,
this might be our gig. So we might do this sometime.
Oh, yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, I was just gonna let him have it. I don't even gotta fight it. Everyone knew they would. Mega. See, Boston got us. How long they do this? Well,
so the QR code leads to a picture of the sky with a black.
It's a giant pink rabbit.
No, it's a black latex.
Do you want to try and screen share or anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up here for everybody.
There, we'll decipher as a community.
As a community. Uno momento, por favor.
Oh, how long are they going to do this QR? As long as they feel that they need to, because it's still getting over. And Christ, now you even see TNA that's starting to tease, the little spoopiness and everything, which that's 100%. Matt Hardy showing up tomorrow night, by the way.
They're still playing. Matt Hardy goes, yeah, I'm just trying to up my value in free agency. We're like, by jumping on another gimmick.
Exactly.
All right, man. All right.
Listen, this man was the same one that was all, going at everybody that said anything slightly negative towards AEW. And now the second he's not working for the company, it's like, well, I can see why they need to appeal to the casual viewer and everything. Like,
right.
Why didn't you say that earlier, Matt? So the douche canoe is here. Grace Waller and Austin Theory almost don't want the new belts.
They're just shitting on Triple H as they are getting them, I suppose. They're being douchey, Nick.
Why is Ciampa in the ring?
Ask our truth.
Right. NASCAR. Not quite.
So they will be known as the WWE Tag Champion. Oh, they're
Those
gold too.
Way better. Those are way better.
You like those more?
Those are way better.
I like it more, but I'm shocked that you do because it's got more etch work.
Because those look more like the actual old school world tag team titles and everything like that when you actually had them as different brands and everything. Those look way better than them fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
I'm not going to fight you,
bullshits we got.
I'm happy. I'm happy that you like them.
We agree on something. Finally, peace can meet in the Middle East out here.
Yeah. A clown down
under. I mean, it's a little frou-frou with the little crowny thing at the tippy top there. But yeah, those are probably one of the best tag belts that they've had in quite a while.
Right? Is next.
Oh, so we're getting the qualifying match to see who's going to be their number one contender with the Street Profits, Authors of Pain, Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne. I can't remember the New Catch Republic.
The Banana
Republic. And then also, Christ, I was doing so well. The other LWO of Garza and Umberto.
Right.
Yeah, everybody agree with us. Danny, they look really good.
Oh, the QR code, Nick, leads to this.
Sorry. Okay. Sluice, figure it out. I got nothing.
I don't know what I'm looking at.
Darkness imprisoning me.
Now there's probably code within code within code. So
yeah, well, there's going to be somebody I bet you underneath that you've got to turn up the brightness on the picture, and there'll probably be something underneath that. But I like that. Me and the missus even do the Hunt a Killer, murder mystery shits and everything like that. To sit there and figure out who did it. The escape room shit I'm into. So
yeah, 100%.
I'm intrigued. You got me sold on this.
Yeah, I love a good escape room. So I think this is real cool shit. Now I'm trying to see. It leads to www.com/YSNSY51S. Something in 51 seconds. We'll find out together, folks. But yeah, that's what the QR code leads to on the surface.
It's a Van Gogh scream, but people letting us know. I don't know. We're just guessing. Right. People are saying Street Profits for the win. Love those belts. Hates who they are on, but I love those belts. You're in the back of the Blackbird, but
Blackbird flying in the dead of
Blackbird
night.
singing in the dead of
Singing, not
night.
flying.
That's Legato. Yes, so folks, give us your predictions. And again, I saw some new faces and everything I was halfway trying to click on, but we do have the super chats, the super stickers as well. If you want to show up and show out, because that's what the show's about. And it does also help us and everything like that as well.
Absolutely. Now let's see if we can get this back up to 125. Ladies and gentlemen, we're close. 150 would be even better.
Right. So who you got for this match? As we're in a commercial break right now.
I got a feeling they're going to make it the new Catch Republic, which I don't know if I love it, but I think that's who's going to take it.
Ooh, and Chef, yes, that is the QR code. Who did I have for this match? I had the Street Profits. I think because you've got the Fallen Testament going to NXT. You've got Legato, that's now granted Cruz just I think had an elbow surgery or something, but they're involved in the whole Ray Escobar Andrade situation, everything. New Catch, I mean, you've got to have a babyface, so it's between New Catch and Street Profits, because you can't have a heel team versus heel team, especially with the douche canoes being the tag champs.
Yeah.
And I could see Bobby Lashley going at Logan Paul for the U.S. title as well. So I think that's what pushed me over the edge with them.
Very interesting. Bobby Lashley, going after Logan.
You need to do something with them. They very much were prominently building them up, and then it was just on both sides. It was a failure launch. That's why one went to NXT and the other, I'm hoping, gets shots at belts here.
Yeah, and just so everyone knows, based on what I've seen on Twitter as of right now, the only thing everyone is literally putting the picture up being like, WTF, what's going on here? So if you guys haven't seen it yet, this is where the QR code leads. The latest Howdy, we're assuming we're going to go run with Howdy, but the latest Howdy clue, we're not sure. We're really not.
Could it be a tease towards Alexa or anything like that? Because it looks like a feminine figure and everything. And there's been people, I know, Ringside Anthony, our buddy, has very much thrown out the idea of could Alexa come back, not come black.
Baby come back.
Baby come, no, because of the picture that we saw and everything. But could she come back and win this new Raw Women's Championship that is now up for grabs?
Very much so.
Next week.
She could surprise us. I believe it's in her hometown as well.
Facts.
So, do we double up? It's the back of the Nightbird. Okay. No, okay. Hard to tell.
Now, question. What is the Nightbird?
That's the Nightbird.
Is he like the alternative universe Batman?
Yeah, but do you remember when they were just the Blackbird, the crow that was in the background of all the segments when they were doing the White Rabbit teases? That's what this is. It's the Blackbird. So we had the White Rabbit. Now we got the Blackbird. That's the new White Rabbit.
Fair enough. You just my mind just kind of froze up and just locked up there for a minute. I forgot how much you were into that before, with like when you thought it was like Edge and everything. Of you broke that shit down like frame by frame. So I'm like,
yeah,
no, I don't remember KJ, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. Now the back of the bird could be the back of the bird. I don't know.
But that's the thing, is somebody just got to throw out something, and your brain's like, could instantly make it work. This feels a little bit like it's a jackal,
right? You Catch Republic for the win. Well, what did the guys think about my question about the draft?
Well, we're the guys, and I don't know your question about the draft. So
talking in code,
right? Well, we were pulling up code, so now we're talking in code.
Right. So Solo and Kevin, Jimmy shows up. Potentially. Maybe it's Tama versus Kevin and Jimmy shows up. Or Jay shows up. I mean, they went out of their way to ask Jay on Raw about Jimmy.
I think you just have straight up, you either have they just attack him, or maybe potentially you have Tama versus Kevin, and then you have Solo interferes and make sure that Tama wins, what have you. You need to keep Jimmy off TV for a little bit. You need to sell that.
Yeah, sell the fact that he got whooped. But we got Naomi in the back with Kayla Braxton. Greek stuff, the shadow people. Okay, so I'll come back to that in a second. I just want to hear what Naomi has to say. Then we'll talk about the shadow people.
Yeah.
No,
point ahead. The shadow and everything from the last QR code.
Yep.
It's all coming back to me.
Yeah. So it's the story of the cave, right? So it's that, the one guy gets out of the cave, but when he gets out of the cave, the light is so bright, he can't handle it and he basically melts. But everyone else is just perception of the shadows that they're given. So it's that old adage of, do you want to be the prisoner who thinks he's free, that just believes what he's told or what perception he's given, or do you want to get out free? And if you do get free, can you handle the real truths? Can you handle what's behind the shadows? So
you are the one, Neo.
Yeah, they're getting deep and waxing philosophic with all this.
We're getting not only to the biblics, we're getting into the physics and the philosophies and everything.
I'm a philosophizer.
Right, but it seems very like you are the one, Neo. Once you get out of the matrix, can you handle, are you want the red pill or the blue pill? Yeah. Oh God, I said that as an American. That's gonna be a fucking thing now.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting, that's for sure. So
right.
I'm still trying to see if I can find more. Again, if that's what the imagery is the dark figure in the sunlight, so finally coming out to the
melting. Light. I'm melting,
right?
Melting.
And is Uncle Howdy the one that controls the light? Is Uncle Howdy the one that shows you the way? Is Uncle Howdy the one that,
it was just them. It was just the Final Testament coming out. I was like, another glitch. But once you were saying show the way and everything, I'm like, don't just my brain went to tying it into the way of like Candace and India.
Right.
Like, no, don't do that.
Right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a Final Testament coming out, Fatal 4-Way coming up. Who will be the number one contenders? I know some people have already got in there. But we're gonna see what happens here. Tommy needs a clean win. Does he though? Does he?
He needs a win. He can't lose.
Kevin Owens, especially by tomfoolery. I don't know if it has to be clean. I think if he gets a big win over a KO, maybe with some help from Solo, I think it works.
Even if he gets a loss and they destroy Kevin Owens, could it be we're gonna go, through everybody that's had any sort of connection to the bloodline here? Go at Kevin Owens. Christ, maybe they show up on a Raw or anything. Sammy gets involved, and then they go at Sammy, what have you.
Right.
Well,
I love how we're going back to the world title and WWE title eras for ball shows. Yes. The only thing I don't get is undisputed for Cody.
If it's undisputed, what's all the fighting about? So I'm going to go see what the fighting's about.
There you go. Nick's taking a pause for the cause. We are in the Fatal 4-Way, ladies and gentlemen. Get in that chat. We got 108 with us. Let's get this back up to 125. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Any place out there where they love talking about wrestling, drop our link. Let them know they are missing out. And we are rolling through a Feel Good Friday as Bate and Ford in the ring right now. Does Paul Ellering ever age? It's like he aged really fast and then stopped. Because he hasn't aged since 1986. There's a hole going through the black figure. Is there a hole going through the black figure? Interesting. Well, you guys, we're live. Keep looking, keep checking, see what you can come up with, see what people are finding out. I know there's within the code of the page, there's more clues. So if anyone finds out anything, feel free to share. God, those new belts are fire. A lot of people very happy. Even Big Nick is happy with the Smackdown tag belts. Oh, Montez gets sat on the apron by Humberto. Angel with a big knee. You have Rocksteady for the W. There you go. Fatu is coming soon also to join. Last one, Smooth T. It's possible, man. And again, he's a different animal. And that could be the argument of we brought in the most dangerous of all. And that's how you sell us Jacob Fatu. This is a guy with an absolute checkered past. He is, the absolute beast of the family. He's the unhinged one. And now we're letting him loose because Roman didn't take care of business. It's got so much depth and possibility. So I'm looking forward to it. I know some people earlier said, does Rikishi get involved? Maybe Rikishi does get involved. I don't know, though. Without darkness, there is no light. Yin and yang. Facts, Broken Halo. I love it. I love it. But yeah, let me know if you got any more leads on the clue. Get Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne for the win. Gotcha, Dale. I'm with you. I'm with you. Ellering found the fountain of middle age. Yeah, no shit. Win. I can't tell. We got you. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill versus Damage Control. WWE's planning that for Backlash. Let's go. I'm all for it. Let's see what happens. I mean, them working together has been outstanding. Them as a group has a good look, a good feel. Yeah, and we saw what they did at Mania. I'm all for it. KJ, you got the wrong Samoan. Sonny Siaki is the new tribal chief. Let's go, Corey. It could be any one of them. I want them all. I want Fatu's. I want Anawahis. I want them all. I want Rikishi back. I've been asking for Quiche for a long time. Nobody's giving me any Quiche. I don't know what's up with that. But yeah, I'm waiting for it. Authors of Pain for the win. Interesting. I think I'd rather see AJ versus Cody. I'm with you, Gordon. I'm good with it. I like AJ versus Cody. I think it's a good matchup. Dun, dun, dun. I hope Cody brings out an updated version of the Winged Angel or Winged Eagle. There we go, Casey. Again, I would love it. I mean, we've been talking about it. I wonder if it'd be like a Winged Eagle with the W that Nick hates in the middle, the tramp stamp, as he calls it. We'll see. But, I mean, yeah, I would love to change it up. I don't love the big W belts. To me, they're very generic. They're very simplistic. I know some other people like that, but to me, it doesn't feel regal enough. It feels very mass-produced. Jacob had an epic MLW send-off in a body bag and everything. That's how you go out, in a body bag. If you're ever going to take out Jacob Fatu, a body bag's probably going to be involved. The secret to never aging is taking L-arginine. Is that what that says? Drinking smoothies and vitamins. There you go. Christian with the health tip of the day. Zilla Fatu, Juicy, Lance as well. I think bring them all. Damien, I'm not fucking around. Bring them all. Be greedy. I want an absolute, like they're going to have to clear out the first 10 rows of the arena to have the biggest Samoan warfare ever. I wish Rikishi would be involved at Mania with Jimmy and Jay. I just wish that match would have been better, to be honest. Let's be real. As we are back from commercial break, AOP in control of Montez. Maybe Fatu should be brought like, yeah, right? I'm okay with that. Rock is controlling the new Bloodline versus Roman, Jimmy and Jay Bloodline in the future while they're doing movies. Smooth. That's my theory. I could be wrong, Smooth, but that's how I feel. I'm with you. I think The Rock is pulling the strings. The Rock is building his own table. And I think it will come down to, ultimately, remember, I think what they're aiming for is WrestleMania 41 to be very much The Rock versus Roman the way they wanted it this year. They'll run that back. So I think you're on to something. I do. AOP are definitely heels, Mike. Okay, New Catch Republic in the ring running around. Oh, the springboard clothesline into the German. Razor up. Oh, we get the cheeky punch by Tyler Bate. Assuming Cody goes to SmackDown and they kill the draft, do they become the A show? I think they do. Well, Ridge, is going to be interesting because you're going to have one show on USA and you're going to have another show on Netflix. It'll be very interesting how we make those comparables. Those two shows are going to have a completely different vibes. As everybody helps Bate get Razor up. I think that's Razor. Forgive me, we haven't seen him in a while. Humberto and Garza back in. Everybody everywhere. AJ versus Cody is going to be a banger. Absolutely. I like the big W title. I wonder if Trips is having buyer's remorse on those Raw tag titles after seeing these ones. I'm sure he likes them all, Boston. Though these ones are much better. Much better. And I'm shocked that they're not just identical. Shocked. Rock is controlling the new Bloodline. Got that one. As everybody going up for the Trio Woe spot. We got a tag by Umberto. He's sneakily the legal man here. Power bomb suplexes. Uh-oh. Legato up to the top. Bait in the sky. What is happening? Bait on everybody. Pause. I didn't mean it like that. Could you see Zilla and Lance in NXT first, KJ? Zilla probably. Lance might be like a Tomatonga. Wow. Drop kick into the power bomb. Done with the save. This is chaos. Hell of a fatal four-way now. Running everywhere. I think that Cody could come out with an updated version of the title that Dusty didn't win. Facts, Corey. And again, we've talked a lot about it. I'm surprised it didn't happen. But remember with the WWE, they always seem to have a plan, and a lot of it is spaced out. Like, we're slowly going to make these changes. We don't want to make them all at the same time. So we'll see. But I would have done the world title first then. Now we got 2 ankle locks. Legato in trouble. Umberto breaks free. Bait falls undone. Woo! Yeet. Bait. Oh, yeah, you heard me. My second favorite was Junkyard Dog versus Michael P.S. Hayes. Going all the way back. I like the world tag titles, but these WWE tag titles are spot on. There isn't a single thing wrong with them. I wonder if they heard all the feedback of like how gross that round plate looked, that coin looked, and they were like, well, we got to change it up for Friday. We got to come up with something else. How likely do you think we are to get Cody and The Rock at SummerSlam? I'm leaning pretty confident. We'll see. I don't know how they're going to tie it back in, but The Rock said when he does come back, when he has a window of opportunity, he will be looking at Cody. We'll try and figure out what he put in Cody's hand. And then, yeah, I mean, it's easy for him to, like, you know, Roman dropped the ball. I have to do what I have to do to get this title back. Could happen. I lost track of who's legal. Yeah, the only person I really knew that was legal at the end there was Umberto. But we are in a commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of commercial break.
I was going to say, speaking of trying to find a window to come back on and everything.
But yeah, we are rolling along. The Fatal 4-Way match. Lots of energy in it, Nick. So far, so good. We'll find out who's going to be the number 1 contender momentarily.
Absolutely. And yeah, I did a minor bit of trying to sleuth, and no one has cracked this code here.
Everyone's just like, we're lost.
And now does that become an issue or a hindrance where no one can figure it out? So now there'll be some nerd out there.
Somebody will figure it out. Or, one of the one of those ghost WWE accounts that Tony's so afraid of will like leak the answer.
The bots, yeah. Be from Rotundo Wyndham 75269 with like an egg emoji and shit.
Right. Dun, 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 dun.
Could you build up? Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I just saw people comparing Solo Sikoa to Suge Knight taking over Death Row.
I mean, that'll bit.
If the suit fits, if the suit fits, my guy.
And how apropos is that you said that as he shows up wearing a suit for the first time ever?
Right.
If you want to be in a faction that doesn't have the manager all up in the videos, all up on the records, come to the Bloodline.
Right. Yeah, I don't know what to make of this clue. Is there? Again, I haven't had a chance to go through the binary code of the whole fucking thing, but I'm sure there's more in there.
Oh yeah, there'll be people that get into, like you even said there, of people literally get into the code of the fucking image and everything to find a clue.
But we're back.
Right, but sorry, go ahead. KJ, what do you think is going on with the QR code and the glitch?
In general, I mean, I think we all think that it's Uncle Howdy. It's the 6. It's finally the Wyatt 6. It's finally what we've been waiting for. And again, unfortunately, tragically, we know where the story stopped. So I'm very much looking forward to what they're doing right now. And I love that it's just kind of starting slow, just playing with us a little, and then it's going to intensify.
That's what she said. But yes, I do like too, even that it's not, none of these clues involve a white rabbit, involve anything that directly calls to the Firefly Funhouse, anything like that. But it's still in that same vein.
Yep.
So, like we've talked about, I'm glad that it's much more a new iteration versus a tribute band.
Yeah, it's a legacy tale, right? It's, it's the continuation instead of paying tribute to the past.
Absolutely. Sorry. Yeah, that halfway got me caught up of they should debut the Wyatt 6 in Toronto, aka the 6. But then
Money in the bank. Let's go. June. Let's go.
I'm going to just pull it up there and just read the last part of I'd rather not rap anymore.
Son of a bitch.
Right.
One of them you got to be afraid of in the parking lot. The other one in the back lot. Nah.
As by the way, all hell.
Everybody fighting again. And the ref doing her best Aubrey Edwards impression.
Well, no, hey, Ref Jess is all right. You put some respect on Ref Jess's name. She's no fucking Clydesdale out there.
No.
Nay.
All right, now we got a weird moment. Oh, eat that.
Right. Oh. Yeah, who is the legal man?
Well, I don't know, but this is awesome right now. These exchanges are insane. And Umberto was the legal man. Is he still?
1, 2 go. And now, second question, and I know probably neither of us know: is this elimination or is this literally one fall wins it?
One fall.
One fall. Yeah, just agree. Fine.
Comparing Solo to a real POS. I just relax, Larry. We're good. Like Simma. We were more talking about the apparel, but hey, it's all good.
Right. So it's this thing called a joke. Calm down.
We make a lot of them.
Right.
Oh, now we didn't say nobody picked the Street Profits that I know of.
I did.
Yeah, you did because you said a
yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did. Oh,
as we also, by the way, have the Fireflies going throughout the whole crowd too as well.
Yeah, pourquoi?
Because they showed QR codes, so now must do thing.
Well, when we don't know what the live crowd's getting, and it looks like Bray's sitting front row, to be honest.
Yeah, his stunt double, the guy who came out.
It's almost unfair because it's like they purposely have the rope across his eyes.
Yeah, but also no green t-shirt guy.
Green turd guy? That's not nice.
He's maybe, you never know.
Someone said it looks like back of a crow, and I guess maybe it's Sting. It's definitely not Sting, first name John, but it could be the back of the Blackbird. Yes. I don't quite see it, and I wonder if there's some imagery in with it. Somebody said the Van Gogh scream, which would be very interesting. Oh,
well, I just think it's very interesting as
up goes Angel.
Garza like a salmon up over the top rope of just you got to jump to make that kid. But like how you even said, I believe, how we had the White Rabbit with Wyatt. Now, if we've got the Blackbird, you got literally the yin.
Oh,
to the
my
yin.
Lord, Nick. That was fucking, dude, the production. High five, man. Y'all make this show fun nowadays.
I looked at Jenna point across and missed the coolest moment so far of tonight.
It's raining men. Hallelujah. It was.
Fair enough. I missed it, and I didn't even get no goddamn replay. But
the way they shot that and everybody from every possible direction, that was, yeah.
Two go.
This is a hell of a fucking match. Down goes Bate. And Phantasmo's been outstanding in this match.
But seeing this level of a match for those belts, does it not kind of help elevate that division of these guys are fucking going hell for leather for those belts?
Well, you're showing off.
Oh!
Toe Pate. And
you're just send Butch in the 4th, 5th row here.
Oh! A lion salt looking like a lion salt.
Oh! And Ford has arguably one of the best frog splashes of all time.
Yeah, Ribbit. Ken Dawkins.
Yeah, he tags in.
Tag.
This is why I hate that it's,
Oh, here it is.
Oh, the Flapjack 3D is such a cool move. Let's go. Street Profits win. You needed a babyface to go against the heel team, and like I said, you could still end up where you get Bobby Lashley. If Cross and them go to NXT, you've got Bobby Lashley that he could go at Logan Paul, and he's got history with the U.S. title.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that was a hell of a match.
At this spot, bro.
Yeah, now I just got the replay, and again, I would love to see Montez Ford do like an actual like combine thing, because this man's got all the ups. Like this man you're almost checking the man's shoes to make sure he doesn't have springs in him type shit.
Is it the shoes?
Right. Roman's gonna try and get that Nike deal. Ford needs them Nike deals because them shits, you got to pump them up or something.
And there's Bobby. And Fab. Should Fab instantly feud with Carmella?
That would fit so well. And I was going to suggest, who's recently returned, are you more into B-Fab or Mercedes?
Under the carpet, right? I mean, it's so hard. The other one was shoved in my face.
Pause.
Oh, we're going back to Monday night where our women's champion, yes, I said our women's champion, Mommy, had to relinquish her title. Chi-Town's own.
All the Simps just losing their minds with this.
Mm-hmm. No, that Hilo spot where all three guys went up over, but two from each direction and then one in the middle, from when they shot it from below, and you just had everybody kind of come across the camera. It's beautiful. Like we're getting nothing like this was done before in wrestling, and it's outstanding.
Can we all just agree as a wrestling community? Put your swords, put your shields, put your allegiances by the wayside. Kevin Dunn and Def Rebel can suck at their job and have no business being here, because the second
still there though,
we got some hiccups and everything, but every other shot has been fantastic. Like I still see people fawning over the Jay walks out, comes out to meet Sammy, and then you get Sammy walking through the crowd in Montreal from earlier this week.
Yeah, sorry, Nick. As Bayley did pop up with Byron Saxton.
Is it fitting she's wearing the tie-dye shirt, on the eve of 420?
I like it. Let's go. Plato's Cave reference. So that's what I'm assuming, right? Like, so we're still playing on Plato's Cave. So again, it's what perspective is Uncle Howdy telling the story from? That's what I'm curious about, and how he ties it all together. But basically, can we come to the truth?
But again, though, I think it's interesting how you point out you had the White Rabbit before, now you have the Blackbird. So you're getting literally the yang to the yin story here. You got Wyndham's version, you got Wyatt's version. Now you're getting pretty much, whether it is Uncle Howdy, whether it's a new iteration, incarnation, what have you, you're getting the opposite side here.
Yeah, no, it's a great way to do it. We can't find Kevin Owens.
Solo looking like he's about to walk out on the Swords again. Like, if you don't want to be what the producer all up in the video.
Oh,
yes, he's just walking out on his own.
Solo coming into his own, and Paul does not know what to do.
But can we just sadly just hold a moratorium here for Jimmy? Because like Jay's gotten a hell of a push. Jay is main event Jey Uso, and now Solo, the youngest brother, is the new tribal chief, and like you said, has fully come into his own. Of you instantly he walks with this air of credibility, this rarefied air, like we keep mentioning, and everything like that. Jimmy's just kind of there.
Jimmy's the support guy, man. So Jimmy's the guy that helps keep it all together, put
He's
it all
the
together.
new guy.
And I think Jimmy's highly underrated.
Could this all lead to, especially with it being a babyface turn, if you get your big Jimmy moment?
Maybe.
You kind of need a big Jimmy moment. Pause.
Maybe.
I like it. That's so it's such a cool little trick though, too, because of it's the taped up thumb to where he's giving Paul the thumbs up, but it's also the spike. So it's that you don't know whether he's giving, whether he's happy or he's gonna fuck you over.
Right? Solo coming out with swag, ladies and gentlemen. Let us know. I see over 100 people still hanging out with us. Let us know how you feeling about the new vibe, the new attitude of Solo Sikoa.
All I feel like I need to just say is, I'm sorry, sir. I was not familiar with your game with this. Of like, damn, man, switched gears and instantly went from 0 to 11 here.
Right. And I agree with Gamer. This all feels like setting Roman up to be the babyface upon return.
Oh, absolutely. You're going to get your big Samoan Civil War, especially at War Games. I can't wait till we're getting Jacob Fatu highlights and Roman Reigns highlights and Solo highlights as we've gotten generals gathered in their masses. I can feel the goosebumps already starting to form on me. Pause.
I'm getting the goose pimples.
Right. So Solo out here alone with the wise man.
How do we feel about Solo's entrance music? It's all right. Not bad. At least it's a little bit
generic drum track number 5. Well, didn't it used to have like vocals and everything? And now I know we have provided a lot of vocals, but it feels like it's just generic drum track number 5.
Yeah, interesting. But we are getting an advertisement for Raw on Monday. We will be here live. Nick.
Yes, sir.
Turn heel.
Oh, why?
They're fighting for the belt. They're fighting Awesome Truth.
No. Yeah, I could see you get that screwed up by potentially the newest heel tag team that could be coming down the pipeline, because we already saw Chad Gable turn heel, and there's been a lot of smoke about potentially the Creed brothers turn heel. We get, like we've talked about, we get mini Kurt Angle, we get the new world's greatest tag team, with Haas and Benjamin, with the Creed brothers here.
Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely an interesting take.
Do you think that they turn heel? They need to do something to at least
that's
get
the reason why. Yeah, that's the reason why I question it, Nick, is I feel like they need to do something, and you don't have very many options. They're like, do you go back to a heelish, like, I don't know. It's got to be better than what they're doing.
That would be such a hard heel turn transition, I feel, of you've had no groundwork, I feel, with that. It would be one of those, you could do it maybe on like a rematch, I would almost say, but to go, we're baby faces, and then now because we're facing you, we instantly turn into like the most despicable heels. I mean, unless it's what we were all along, but yeah, I could see it would just be a hard transition.
Yeah, absolutely. I noticed the lighting on the women's world title reveals an A for Alexa Bliss. Let's go, Anthony. Stirring that pot. I did see this picture going around, but yeah, I don't know if one's connected.
Was there a glitch and everything like that? Like, that's the thing. Right. We've got one conspiracy going, so now we've got to have all the conspiracies go.
I can't believe you tweeted out, I love these new belts.
Absolutely, I do.
I love that you love them. It makes me so happy. A lot of etch work, though.
I don't care. At least they're not just a circle. They're not looking like a fucking penny that you sat there and, just left on the train tracks. They just kind of get flattened out here.
Okay. I'm just trying to, figure it out.
I can't figure it out. So how the fuck are you going to figure it out?
I like them. I'm with you. I think they did good, but I mean, again, my surprise is I'm happy, man. We found one. They did not make the list.
And it didn't have the big W like I heard you saying of how they booked the trend of it doesn't just look like
It's a smaller
the
W.
newer version or a smaller version of the other belts. Yeah.
Right. Creed brothers need knee pads. Don't forget, Liv might be turning heel. Yeah,
no, we won't forget she is.
Yeah, I feel like she's leaning into it. I don't know. We'll see. But we got Paul Heyman, so it's hard not to talk when Paul Heyman's on.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's hard to talk when Paul's on. My bad.
Fair enough.
It's usually hard not to.
Mm-hmm.
Maneuvering.
Did he say maneuvering? Menudo?
We'll come back to that one, Boston.
Top one. I like how there was one sign that said AJ has no styles.
Creative as shit. There you go. Okay.
The premier act in the history of pro wrestling. Not wrong.
We want Roman. We want. It took 1 week, Nick.
But when did you expect that? I know we all appreciate it. I especially I was out there still saying this man was going to retain and everything, but literally we want Roman. You're going to piss this man off, and you don't want to piss this man off.
Oh.
Heyman's literally verklempt. He's beside himself.
Oh, and
Solo just grabs the mic.
Paul Heyman turning into a hostage. Yeah, but Paul Heyman has a habit of developing fucking, relationships.
Stockholm syndrome. That's what it's called. Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, 100%.
Hey, we've said this. It's gone from the Sopranos to the Samoans out here.
Look, he's got it. Like all this time watching Roman do it. Here it is. And
this is Roman just with a mohawk and a little bit thicker.
You don't boo me. Yo, Solo
and the boos are definitely bigger boos for Solo or bigger boos for Dom.
That's what I said. He's in the neighborhood. Look.
What is this so huge? That's a tectonic shift there. Titanic shift of going from Roman was the most despicable heel. He was Thanos at WrestleMania. To now, like you said, 1 week later, now he's not there. We want Roman.
And I think when you reveal that The Rock is behind all of this bullshit, they are going to go insane.
Is that just oh my God.
We got blood.
And not only blood, but a lot of blood. Like Kevin Owens and bro, Tama Tonga coming out here literally like an R&B music video or an episode of Power with this unbuttoned fucking shirt and the pecs and the pot. Them shits is percolating, my guy.
It's 7 o'clock on the dot.
Up top.
And a Samoan whooping your ass.
Yeah. But this is so good. We couldn't find Kevin Owens. Tama went and found Kevin Owens and shows up bringing him on your fucking doorstep, bloodied, battered, and bruised here. He's the fucking hound that you're sending out there.
The WWE sending wrestlers out of the back pre-bleeding.
This is just so... we can get into this whole back and forth debate. Sorry.
This has to be one of the most... And I know it's not much, guys. Like, I'm not like...
he's gushing, my guy. Like, he's got a
standard. This is a hacker film. Like, this is hardcore for WWE.
And Tama just instantly throws up the one, and Solo goes right behind him. Like, I know people want to argue about 5-star matches and everything like that, but this is goddamn cinematics. This is better than any fucking... I'd rather sit here and watch SmackDown than I would pay whatever.
Sorry, Nick.
No, he just won't quit. All he's missing is the Yankees white t-shirt and the gas tank, and he's Eddie Kingston out here.
You have no shit, eh? Oh, they get on KO, but Solo's there.
This is just so good, and it's
Not
refreshing.
Yeah. And what I love right now is if you turn your TV up and listen, you have that murmuring in the crowd, the buzz. Like no one's really saying anything, but there's this whisper echoing through the building. I love that because wow.
Bro,
Solo,
he's got
holy shit.
the closest we've seen in a long time to a crimson mask. As even Tom is now wearing it on him, which again adds validity and everything like that.
Thomas slapped Owens with a strawberry. He got him in catering. That's just a jelly donut.
Strawberry slushy.
But look, like this is so not like WWE programming. Rare on a Friday night do they give us something like this.
Does it have NWO-ish vibes?
Yeah, it was resonating. All this now in the ring, and he's telling Tama to stop, and Tama toying with him.
Just taunting him with a chair. And to think Tama's probably the same one. We've talked about Jacob. Like Jacob's the fucking, you don't want me to call Jacob.
Well, yeah, because you kind of got the muscle in Solo, and again, he can be the leader. But Tama Tonga's kind of got the Seth vibe, right? Like he's kind of the Samoan architect, like in the group. A little more methodical, definitely dangerous, but he's more likely to outsmart you and hurt you. Jacob's just the guy that comes in the Hannibal Lecter fucking.
This is all the way so good because whether it's going from Paul Heyman, whether it's going to Tama Tonga, who just showed up last week, to Solo Sikoa and everything, everyone has depth of character. Everyone has layers to them. Not only does the story have layers, literally like we were talking about, everybody has different angles, different motives. You have an actual full-fledged character to flesh out.
Absolutely.
And Paul's just nervely.
Paul
Please just don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. And the bloody, taped up hand. That needs to be on a t-shirt. Just throwing up that bloody taped up hand. WWE, if you do it, I want percentages.
Right. And Paul killed. Is his hair going gray again? What is happening to Paul Heyman? He doesn't even know what to do with it. Look, he's just like
he's beside himself. Because think about it. Roman took people out. He didn't take people out like that, to where you had them just getting thrown out, onto the entranceway, just gushing crimson mask and everything. Like this is the elevated version of this. This is the evolved version of we just stomp motherfuckers out.
No, 100%, man. I mean, all the energy, all the vibe, and again, like Artist says, SmackDown cooking again. It is like time is flying. We're almost, we're heading into the home stretch here, and again, those moments where you just stop and everybody takes a breath, and everyone is into what's happening, and somebody like KO who the fans are behind, and he's just taking an absolute beating, and because you don't see a whole lot of bleeding on this program, it's shocking. Holy shit.
Imagine if you don't do everything all the time, then when you do some of the things, sometimes they become more interesting because they feel unique.
Yes, absolutely. And the other part of Artist's point here is this is how you book top tier New Japan talent. And that's my disappointment where people who have come from New Japan, who have gone to certain companies, this is how you do it. You put them in something relevant and you make them look like it's a big deal. They showed up. And Tama Tonga looks like a complete badass. Where's Jay White right now? Who's accomplished more since signing, Jay White or Tama Tonga? Tama's only had 2 swings at the bat.
Oh, that's where you were going to go. That I could go against. I could talk about Jay White here because that man, that whole faction is killed. That shit is done. That shit is dead. That buried when Billy Gunn was out there, stomping a mud hole and walking and dry. And Jay White was out there having to do the, Shawn Michaels, Hulk Hogan selling and everything. But I mean, do we put the NXT North American title on Tama Tonga like how Okada's got the Continental title or anything like that? But Jason saying I love this. Absolutely. This is truly cinematic-y stuff. And again, like Capone saying, long-term storytelling. And again, you've done enough, and you've also not featured too prominently enough of Tama Tonga to where no one's out there of why does this fully matter? Why should I care? Why? Well, he's in this match. Why does it matter? What have you? But he's enough that he's just showed up and he's the new heavy. Even if you don't know who Tama Tonga is, we obviously know because we watch all the rest of them. But yeah, if you're one of those that you're casual viewer and doesn't know who he is, he's still just there enough that you know that he's the heavy. And goddamn it, if he don't look Samoan. But yeah, as we are in commercial break. So I will remind everybody, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. We do this for anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. As I see about 115 people kicking around with me right now. Let's see if we can get that back up to 120, 130, 140, 150. Just keep going like an auctioneer. But absolutely, we're back at it tomorrow. We are here for Rebellion and also Collision, and might take a peek at Rampage. And then now Aldis, we're back from commercial, and Aldis is scooping up Heyman here. Oh, wow. So that's how Tama Tonga took out Kevin Owens, is an actual car crash. It's been a question of everything, and I'm waiting for almost Solo to, if it's going to be the big reveal, if it's been Dwayne pulling these strings the whole time, if he does like his dad's line of, I did it for The Rock. But yeah, so we're talking about the draft and everything already. But yeah, so Tom out here pulling off the I did it for Solo of getting into a goddamn car crash, T-Bone and Kevin Owens' vehicle to take him out here. What did Aldis say to Paul? I missed it. If anyone wants to let me know what Aldis actually just said there to Paul Heyman, because unfortunately I missed it because I was talking. Well, we're talking about consequences of the draft coming up here next week. While it was Demolition Derby night, yeah, apparently here. This angle is great. Holy smokes, Tama Tonga is a maniac. Yeah, literally, he's out there. I did it for the Solo. Nice. The T-Bone makes sense and add layers. Yeah, and like I said, I know I've said it like 3 times now. And is it a little bit of that callback of, good old Daddy Quiche there? His history with hit and runs and everything. Tama Tonga pulling out Bullet Club, Black Vibes. Oh, the OG Bullet Club. I was like, I've never heard him referred to as that. But yeah, that's 100%. Tama Tonga has been an OG and has been a guy and, been a veteran through New Japan. So, I mean, mans can go and mans gets kind of this same type of vibe. Like, think about it. Everybody for the longest time said Bullet Club was just a NWO knockoff for the New Japan version of NWO. So, I mean, he kind of gets the vibe of what we're going for with this a little bit. As we're getting Carlito and now Santos coming out right now. John, Nick Aldis threat. Yeah, but what was the threat? I missed the verbiage here on the on the threat. MDB throwing me off with the Electra. What do you think about the new upcoming wrestler, Lose a Soul? Who's a what now? Yeah. Is that the finishing move from Sol Ruco with the Soul Snatcher there? I'm respectfully unfamiliar with that name. There'll be consequences for the Bloodline's actions tonight from Nick Aldis' mouth. I would assume so. I don't know about where you work, but I know fights are one thing. T-Bone and, co-workers is another thing. See wrestling, what up? What do you think about the new? Yeah, I already got that one. As I've got Escobar cutting a promo backstage. He's wearing the Rock's, little feathery shirt as just, a track jacket now here. So I guess channeling his inner Dwayne as we're getting Carlito versus Escobar. So again, give me your predictions. Who you taking for this match, folks? They're setting up this Carlito heel turn. I thought we would have gotten it by now. I'm also surprised, though, that we even had the Andrade kind of face turn as well. I think that there's going to be, I think it's going to be weird. It's interesting to try and predict where all of this is going, because I feel like every time we think that they're going to make a step one way, they go the complete opposite here. But let me know who you're taking, folks. Whether you're taking Escobar or Carlito. I think I got to take Carlito with this one. Of obviously got the size advantage. Man's, I mean, he has been there since he's gone back, but what is he really, in ring wise, what has he really so far accomplished here? All that said, losing matches is the only thing that has consequences. Fair enough. Larry saying, I don't like the car angle. Larry, care to clarify? I'm curious. If you didn't like it, I would like to know why. Because I think everything with that whole segment, all the way from Solo showing up in a suit and Heyman being beside himself and everything, through Bloody Kevin Owens, then we found out why we ended up with Bloody Kevin Owens, I think was really good storytelling, and I dare say harkens back to the Attitude Era a wee bit. KJ left to go check on his younger brother.
My Irish twin is
wait, what? I said it too loud. He heard you. He's angry. He's coming back now.
I'm back. KO is okay. He will be okay. Now, Nick, another little bit of tidbit. I come back with information, and I'm going to pull it up here now. But as usual, the internet is on it, and we have discovered with the QR code came a hidden video. In the video, there's coordinates, and I'm going to find out 7455 degrees north, 14 point. Anyone having fun yet?
Well, fair enough. Well, MDB have said, oh no, because you came back here and everything. But while you're looking up coordinates, so Larry's explaining why I didn't like the car angle, because well, I'm glad you made it out safe and everything. And I mean, I almost lost my father from a car accident and everything. I didn't. I mean, it's one thing if you're there versus in there, or guess what have you. But go ahead.
I've also too been in serious accidents and serious car accidents, but I understand that. But you got to understand, like at the end of the day, it's a form of entertainment. It might, trigger some people and some memories, and they don't mean to, but to me, it feels like good old like Attitude Era. Remember when Austin was running over cars with monster trucks? And
I was going to ask you before you took a pause there and everything, and I guess you turned into GeoGuessr out there.
Yes.
Talk about it. Are we going to get a Solo moment, or we almost might get even a Tama moment of I did it for the Rock, I did it for the Solo, especially if Solo does it of I did it for the Rock, of it just be exactly like your daddy.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think that that's kind of been my gut feeling with this, is that we're going to find out there's more to it. I think they've done a good job of making Tama Tonga look like a complete badass, clearly not wasting any time to make him look like he's all the things to be reckoned with. And
now, did you catch the threat that Aldous laid out there? Because I did not, and I was slightly confused.
Basically, Aldous doesn't want any nonsense. There's going to be big names next week because of the draft next week, and Paul basically has to have his people in control, or else.
Or else what?
Well, that's what we're waiting to find out. It was
right. Therein lies the question, Sherlock.
But yeah, we will find, like, again, this is, and Paul's beside himself.
But is it, I still am halfway blown away that we already got, we want Roman chance, and just to see Solo literally do like verbatim Roman Reigns, you don't boo me, like the grab in the face of Mans has been literally studying every mannerism.
Yeah, like everything, like, and you saw the amount of heat he was getting, through the whole process. I think it's outstanding. Okay, so quickly, we got Carlito and Escobar still in the ring, folks, coming back from commercial break. But so in the video, it says, I set them free while you did nothing. So I set them free from the cage. So he's the one bringing the truth to people is kind of going to be the mission statement here.
Mhm.
And we very much
You gotta believe.
You got to believe, right? 100%. So now, when I put the coordinates in, I don't know if I'm getting the right answer here, but it's Slovenia, and I don't know why that's relevant.
I don't know either, sir.
Grahovo, Slovenia, apparently is where the coordinates lead.
Popo Gijo.
Popo Gijo. I don't know. So again, just to keep everyone up to date on what's going on here on SmackDown, Kevin Owens got train wrecked by the Samoans. You got new number one contenders for the tag titles. We got a new QR code. Lots going on here, Nick.
Right. Let me see if I can sleuths.
Tomatonga. But yeah, right now, did people give us a prediction? Slovenia has Dracula castles, doesn't it?
Took me to
Slovenia's
this
also,
cave named Cross Cave in Slovenia. Bray and Bo went cave exploring before Bray returned further. Oh, so I the literally first tweet that pulls up is someone's like, "Well, they went and did shit in caves." I'm like, and like, what?
Yeah, but
how does that connect?
Yeah, I think it's all tying back into the whole cave analogy, right? Slovenia,
Yeah.
also Slovenia, very known for hockey pucks. Fun fact.
Spoken like a true Canadian, sir, to know that they were known for hockey pucks.
True. Jinder Mahal just tweeted, "I quit Maharaja out." Oh.
Ho, ho, ho.
All right, Maharaja to AEW. Let's go.
Could you imagine?
Oh, Zelina pulling Elektra off the apron. Oh, bad choice. Oh, botched a little.
Yeah, kind of swung her into the
swing and a miss.
Yeah, just a bit on the outside there. But yeah, could you imagine the modern day Maharaja with going to the company that beefing with their boss is the one thing that made you relevant in like 3 years?
Jinder versus Hook. Book it. Let's go.
Shit. Could you I take it over freaking Jericho and Hook?
Yeah, facts. As Santos picks up the W on Carlito.
Well, and we've got a follow-up of saying it says free agent 90 days. Jinder's bio says free agent. Don't hinder the Jinder.
Yeah, Jinder's had enough. Maharaja out.
As Escobar with the 1, 2, 3. So Carlito out.
Carlito out.
This is really interesting though, because we all expected the Carlito heel turn. Hey.
Oh, look.
Right. As we've got Damage Control up in the suites here.
Right.
And I like that we just panel right from in-ring to them up there. There's no cut. There's no nothing. Yeah, so Escobar picks up the win. Surprising when we thought we were going to get a Carlito heel turn.
Right. Battle Royal to determine the new. Are you okay with them doing a Battle Royal for the Rhea's vacant title? Just lickety split. Let's get it done.
If she's going to be out 3 to 4 months, I mean, how else are you going to do it?
Well, I thought maybe there'd be a tournament. Oh, wait a minute. Here comes Jade.
Have we not done tournaments to goddamn death at this point recently in pro wrestling? You could do a reverse battle royal, and I'd almost like that more than a goddamn tournament.
Oh, look. We're getting a fight in the press box.
That's so happened to be. We had the next suite over. But have you heard, we've talked about this, this is allegedly going to be the thing going forward, is Bianca and Jade versus Asuka and Io, the Kabuki Warriors, for the women's tag titles. That's the angle that they're going forward.
I think it's great. And I think, I've enjoyed Damage Control. I like this rendition of it without Bayley. As Naomi coming out to the ring, by the way, guys. But overall, I've enjoyed it. So again, if you want those belts to be relevant, so people will say, Nick, you hear it all the time. Well, those belts, why are they going after your relevant belt? Well, you need someone relevant to make the belt relevant. You know what I mean? Like, it's the old chicken and egg debate. Like, if you don't ever try, they'll always be relevant.
Absolutely, 100%. Now, granted, you do, especially kind of, I think, in this modern age of pro wrestling, have to nail your effort towards it. You kind of don't get to, unfortunately, have that. You can stumble out of the blocks building into it, but you do need to at least build to it.
Yeah. Now, I just saw something, and again, I can't confirm it right now, but Xia Li is no longer with WWE.
Are we getting budget cuts?
I don't know. I Quit Maharaja out. We talked about that as we go back into commercial break, folks. I see over 100 people hanging out. Don't forget, we're back for Rebellion tomorrow and Collision. We're going on a little bit early tomorrow night. It's going to be a fun one. Saturday night streams are always great. Plus, it's our 420 special. So join us for that one. It's going to be awesome.
We super sound like Jay and Silent Bob of it's our 420, or at least, Randy Marsh with Tegrity, vitamins of it's our 420 special, folks. So make sure you come on down while we're watching Rebellion.
Yes, and we're going, right? We're going live at 6:45, and we're going live 6:45 on Sunday as well for AEW Dynasty. So 2 big shows this weekend. The channel's on fire. We're just past 4.4K, and we got so much going on. So let's go.
Yes, I want to see this trending on the Global X-verse there. A 420 special.
420.
Everything has felt Attitude Era tonight. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so apparently Xia Li, they said no more.
So did Jinder get like a release and then was like, I quit?
You can't fire me, I quit. I'm gonna choke out Veer Mahan before I leave.
I'm gonna choke out Veer Mahan.
But it does suck anytime you see a performer or anything, especially, I mean, granted, technically you can at least say it a former world champion in Jinder Mahal if they're leaving, or if Xia Li is actually leaving and everything. But I'd rather still, and that's why, again, we want these other companies to do so well. So it does have that open free agent market for people like this. Like we talked about Swerve earlier and everything he's done in AEW since he's been released. Mustafa Ali, everything he's done in TNA and the independents since he's been released, etc. So, excuse me, at times, this can be a little bit of that old adage of, well, we don't have anything out there for you, so we'll let you go, you fucking figure your shit out. You can do what you want to do and develop your shit. And then when you get yourself, top star, then we'll pay you top star money.
Yeah. I mean, there's a small chance, or being that this just happened kind of abruptly, maybe it's a work, maybe it's part of something you're trying. I don't know, but time will tell. Now, I haven't seen any follow-up about Xia Li either, but apparently there are some reports that Xia Li is parting ways as well. So I will keep you guys up to date on that. Apparently the coordinates lead to a cave in Sylvania, which we talked about for the QR code. Very interesting. Again, more connections to Bray and Bo. We know it's Bo, but they're being cute. We're good.
Well, and if it's all circulating around this whole cave idea, it's like how everything circulated around the rabbit and the rabbit hole and everything last time. So there is still that thread of continuity through it all.
Yeah, absolutely. Bruno is uno.
That's spoken like a good Paisan.
Right?
Tonight's sellout attendance, 14,994 in attendance. Hey, Warner Brothers, I know you're in negotiations. I'm just saying. I've heard that those negotiations have not been going well, and I'm not going to say much beyond that because it's all been speculation and rumor, but I could see why.
Yeah, you'd be very concerned. And I think we've talked about this quite a bit, man. Is just for me, if Tony Khan walks into a boardroom and says, "Oh, our company's worth this much," da 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 da, da, and they open up the books and they see how much he's spending on on his roster. Oh, we got Cody Rhodes in London, UK earlier today.
Hey, what do you say? We're out in the UK.
Yeah.
Anyone else envision TK and the Bucks showing up with like a boats and hose kind of package as to why that you should get a TV, you should re-sign and renew Dynamite? Just me. 16,000 for a house show in London.
That's crazy. I want them to do WrestleMania at Wembley. I really do.
Could that be part of why they haven't announced where WrestleMania is going to be next year? That's a dark horse because everybody said Minnesota, everyone's saying Vegas. We're not going to do anything cold, anything like that. But I mean,
the people from Minnesota,
if you could do Wembley, if you could do Wembley, Roman Rock,
yeah. So Cody's saying he's looking forward to the challenge of AJ Styles. Contract signing next Friday.
So get your early predictions in, folks, of who goes through the contract table, whether it's AJ Styles or Cody Rhodes. No, and WrestleMania at Wembley would make Tony Khan cry. No, it make him fear for his life. I think anything that happens at Wembley makes Tony fear for his life.
I would love to be around when somebody walks up. Hey, Tony, did you hear Mania Wembley? I would love to see the reaction. I'd pay to see the reaction.
No, it'd be one of those of like no one wants to tell him and everything, and then someone tells him finally, and then you just see him have the meltdown.
Yeah, he just looks up from his phone and been like, nobody told me.
Right.
It's confirmed. Vinnie Mac, All Elite. Let's go. Jinder's leaving for the new Vince McMahon Wrestling Federation. VWF.
Brought to you by Jeff Jarrett and Vinnie Mac.
Right. Vinnie Mac and Jeff Jarrett are teaming up. You heard it here first, folks. Is Wembley big enough to hold WrestleMania? 2 nights? Yeah.
Absolutely.
80,000 people, 2 nights back to back. We almost did that with Philly.
Right. And if they did do Global Force Wrestling, does that not sound like such a Vinnie Mac name for a wrestling promotion? Yeah. As I've got Bayley coming out right now.
Sounds like 1997 X-Men at the beginning. Wembley is big enough to hold, 100%.
Yeah.
What about the this order? Roman versus Solo, SummerSlam, Roman versus Tonga, Royal Rumble, Roman versus Rock, WrestleMania 41, then SummerSlam, Cody 25, Cody Roman. I think we will have one more match together. That's a lot of long-term booking, my friend. I don't know how that will go. Nope.
And I think you're missing a match somewhere in there, even in your little timeline, fucking Kevin Feige building up the Samoan universe here.
Right.
Of that you've got to have Roman versus Seth. There's got to be a payoff to the reason why why Roman sat there and chose to take the chair shot at Seth instead of what would have theoretically won him the match. You've got to flesh that out. There's still some shit we need to unpackage there.
Yeah, 100%. And here we go. Lights down.
So this is your main event, is the women's main event.
We got 15 minutes.
Event is the women's title. Sorry.
Yes, the women's main event is the main event.
Mm-hmm.
Bayley versus Naomi. The bakery has opened.
Who you got? And I know Anthony's pick already. And it does.
I don't see Bayley losing tonight. So
no.
WrestleMania needs to be one night. Not anymore. That cat's out of the bag. That pace is out of the tube. You can't go back.
If they continue to pace them the way that they did this year's WrestleMania,
you're fine.
I think it works. And as long as you don't have a frozen crowd, I won't say a dead crowd or quiet crowd, a frozen crowd.
Yeah, and I mean, I think for me, at the end of the day, it's become this whole weekend, this Thursday to Monday, Tuesday weekend event. Like, it's the epicenter of wrestling for 4 days, wherever it is. I mean, I think you just can't pass that up anymore. You've made it Super Bowl in feel.
100%. And we just had Coachella. We have Woodstock and everything. Lee, you said Super Bowl. We talked about that constantly, and even was comparing it to Infinity War. Infinity War and Endgame and everything.
Right.
100% of even just the promotions that go to where they have WrestleMania and have shows around that, and it becomes a whole stacked weekend. It becomes the pro wrestling world culminates on one city, on one area, and we all just kind of enjoy wrestling because guess what? Even if you didn't like that, give it 20 minutes. There's going to be another show down the road that's going to happen that you might like.
100%.
Like shit, the Collective, we watched part of that and everything, and that was damn near a show almost every hour, it felt like.
Yeah, 100%, man. Why does the woman title? Because they still doing this where one title is undisputed and the other one's not. Apparently. It's weird. I don't get it.
Not go to the George Carlin line of, well, if it's undisputed, what's all the fighting about?
Right. Bayley for the win. Lince Dorado made Bayley's gear. Is that legit?
I'm too legit to quit.
What's up, Anthony? Welcome. Bayley with the W. Damage control will get involved via Square.
Well, they got a long way to go. And is it interesting because you can even see slightly when they pan a certain way in the ring, you can still see both boxes lit up in the corner. So I'm like, hey, they got a long way to go if they're going to interfere. But yeah.
Oh, Naomi over.
Onion for the loss? You're what now?
Come on now. Which one?
He made a ton of gear you see on TB. Okie dokie.
TV. Yeah, no, that's awesome. There you go. Fun
Absolutely.
fact. Double prop body, both women down.
Absolutely. Well, I know Bianca makes a ton of her own gear. We were even talking about like WrestleMania. It's where she could have been sitting there doing the final stitches as she's walking out to the ring.
Yeah, big bulldog.
And not British.
Not British. I hate releases, but I also hate talent hoarding because all you do is pick up wrestlers just to have them sit in catering. WWE and AEW have bloated roster problems. Yeah, I got no problem. You talked about it earlier, letting people go to kind of, do something. Just instead of having them on roster forever doing nothing.
Yeah, it's one of those of, I get that it's really nice that you're here and that you're under contract as wearing commercial break. But I'd rather, if you're not happy, if this ain't working out, if I ain't got anything for you, and there's a potential you can go out there and do some other shit, might as well let you go out there and do some other shit. So then when you get great at that other shit, then you come back and then I pay you even more than what you left at.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Example, Cody Rhodes is the primest of prime examples.
100%. Absolutely. We just saw it. And we've seen others that have a lot of success that eventually will end up coming back and they will have a higher value when they return. And right now we might be watching Mustafa Ali on one of these missions right now, and he's killing it.
Yeah, but that's again for everybody that thinks that, oh, you want this company to go down or oh, you hate that company. No, good wrestling across the board helps everybody out of this free agency level of, are you signing with that team? Are you over there? Of all of that is just having free agency news in pro wrestling be equivalent to NFL or NHL free agency news is fantastic.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. I like this new, even back in the day, there wasn't a whole lot of talk about like who's signing where. It just happened. Like, oh shit, these guys are here now. Like, there wasn't a whole lot of internet. Oh, did you hear so and so's contract's expiring? No, Lex Luger just showed up. Hey, I'm not with that guy.
Yeah, shit. You had Rick Rude show up on 2 shows in the same night.
Fact. So, I mean, again, I like it. I like this free agency thing. I like that the wrestlers have opportunities. They can pit them against each other, and I have no problem if the wrestlers can get a few more pennies out of the big companies. But yeah, I mean, it's good for business. It really is.
Absolutely, absolutely. Do you think they're going to change the IC title design? Go back to the white strap?
I kind of want them to. I don't love like the
white strap was best design. Sorry.
Yeah, maybe I think something different.
Oh, but every time they do different, they've hit one home run. They just let them have that. Don't sit there and expect them to have a plus 500 batting average now because they hit one home run.
I feel like systematically, and again, it might not be all at one time. It's very methodical and planned out, guys. But it feels like systematically everything is changing, from the names, from the dialect that they can use,
from the angles, even shit.
Yeah, the angles, the production.
We're getting a swooping camera shots around the ring right now.
Yeah, and with the new belts, the new titles, the new look, eventually the remnants of Vince McMahon will not exist on this company.
You gotta get rid of that old man stick. It's like Bret Hart when he bought Montgomery Burns' mansion and everything.
Right.
It smells like old man.
Oh, I saw this. Dynasty only selling 6K out of 6.5 seats. Considering we did 15,000 tonight for SmackDown. Ouch.
I'm not mad at it. If you've got it set up for 6.5K, take it. I mean, on one hand, I can't fully knock above. You got close to selling out. I think they just overall very much need to stay at just doing smaller venues. Don't do a venue that's going to sell, that could sell 20,000 seats when you can sell 2,000 seats. Do a venue that can sell 5,000 seats.
Yeah. Yeah, I much prefer when they're in Jacksonville and you go into, you go back to Daly's place and the place is packed and losing its mind. And you can feel the energy because everything's echoing off the walls.
Does a Ring of Honor or a Rampage or anything like that work better or get helped if they just became like NXT's focused at Full Sail, if one of those was focused at Daly's place?
Yeah, not a bad show. I mean, again, I think you could take a lot of talent, put them there, give them that localized feel, have that loyal fan base. Yeah, I think you have a lot of opportunity there.
But thank you, Anthony, for the super sticker, by the way.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Naomi on the apron.
Oh,
over! X Factor.
Right. Two go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, apparently Zion Quinn has been released. We're getting trickles of news as we go along here, folks.
Hey, but I mean, again.
Yeah, Zia Lee.
I feel like this was at least going to happen at some point. And especially with the draft coming up, could this be of we're going to thin it out? And I know on one hand it sucks to see anybody lose their job, anything like that. But pro wrestling is at a point to where you can make good money and everything outside of even the big three, not even just within the big three, outside of that. Matt Cardona is a prime example. There's plenty of others that are prime examples of you can still re-establish your name outside of your WWE, AEW, and TNA.
Absolutely. As Bayley going up to the top. Going for the elbow.
Well, it's a little awkwardy when your feet hit before your elbow does on an elbow drop.
That was a good elbow drop. It was all right.
You slid under the tag. You got there, but you slid under the tag.
That was an elbow drop. It was nice.
It was a drop. I'll say that.
A little bit of a limp. Do you think WWE will become the new supernatural dark figure of WWE? All right, Ridge, Step away from the bong.
Well, I was going to say, it's only 4:19. 4:20's tomorrow. Can relax on the vitamins a little bit, my guy.
Right.
Going hard in the paint here.
Oh! She got her trapped.
Oh.
Ring of Saturn's-ish.
Rolls through.
I want to see Def Rebel lose their jobs immediately. Facts.
I mean, I plead the fifth.
Wrestling.
Oh, now they're getting mad at each other. Hit me.
Well, I think it was even Bayley that tweeted out earlier today to where she was walking out at one point as women's champion after Naomi was sitting there and laying in the ring and everything. So they're as friendly as this is, there is still that underlying current of, whoa, it's still competitive as shit.
Yeah. Oh, big kick. Bayley through the ropes to the floor.
Right.
Are we going to get a knockout? We got 2 knockouts.
Facts. Well, depending on the result of the knockout title, maybe we see some other knockouts make moves.
Yeah, absolutely. As both women now on the floor.
Oh,
What's happening to Fritos and Doritos?
Munchies. That's where I went with this. 100% of absolutely. Yeah. Well, don't worry because I don't even know. Is that a like?
Bayley.
Are they another name in your country or anything, sir?
Fritos and Doritos exist.
Tiffany! I thought this could have happened. Let's go. The Tiffany Epiphany causing the distraction, causing the interference.
And the crowd is
Naomi
angry.
wins by disqualification.
Like, okay.
We're setting up a triple threat.
You are definitely setting up a triple threat. Gang party!
Yeah, but so think about this. Tiffany Stratton went from, NXT, Daddy's little girl and everything, taken off of NXT to re-envision the gimmick and everything like that, to now what at one point was women's champion, feuding with Bayley or feuding with Becky, to now she's main eventing a SmackDown, interfering on a world title picture between Naomi and Bayley here. If they haven't put the fucking jetpack to this chick, I don't know who they have.
Yeah, and how do you blame them? Like, I mean, again, she's been outstanding. And when you want to make a star, you make a star. You don't pussyfoot around it. You don't, sidestep it. You don't put them in.
Biggest moonsault ever on both women.
Wow. Even though she took a Naomi foot to the head, she's good. Looked pretty.
But even the Tiffy time, and like even when we're here watching Elimination Chamber and the whole crowd's saying, chanting Tiffy time and everything. Like you said, if you're gonna go for it, go for it. Don't fucking tease it.
Right. Damage Control's loving it. Destiny's Child's upset. Tiffany standing tall. We are gonna go off the air with Tiffany Stratton standing tall tonight.
It is Tiffy time up here in Friday Night Smackdown.
The center of the universe has arrived.
That is real, but again, that's really interesting, and it is very much, whether it's fully gotten over or not, that is a full commitment to, we're going to put a fucking jetpack behind you.
Well, that's definitely a big fucking hot spotlight for this young lady. Again, the main event spot and the final thing that you got on the show tonight was Tiffany Stratton standing tall. I think it's excellent. It was a good match. I know some people, it was a stupid finish. We never got a winner. There's a story to be told here. And
you keep Naomi strong too with that too.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want Naomi taking a loss if she is going after it.
Right.
So it's funny because the thing came out with the list of the 20 women that were that are going to be in the Battle Royal for the title. Xia Li was one of them.
Not no more.
Hard subject to change. Yeah, so Xia Li is saying she is no longer with WWE, and Jinder Mahal saying he quit. Yeah.
Now, did he front face lock anyone on his way out? Did he, scream in Hunter's face? Did Hunter
Yes,
fear for his
right.
life? I was saying this is a clown show and you're an idiot, I quit. Anything like
Right.
that.
No
But
words.
do you have, out of the other 19 women with this list, do you want to try and see if we can figure out who's odds on favorite? If not, I'm fine. But
Yeah,
I don't know if you had the list or not.
let me refine the list. I was just looking at it. But you know how Twitter loves to refresh and then
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. But
but
Richard,
I will pull it up.
let's
Let's
know.
get some ratings out of 10.
Yeah, 9 out of 10. Boston giving it a 7.9 out of 10. We're going to go 9 out of 10, but the second half wasn't near as exciting as the first half.
Fair enough.
10 out of 10. Danny D saying Tiffy rocks. Cleveland rocks.
Tiffy time.
Anthony saying, I love that Tiffany got involved. They're building something with Naomi and Tiffany. I like this. Well, I mean, you found the positive in Tiffany or Naomi. Well, she technically won, but she still lost. But good on you, sir.
Absolutely. And you know what, though? And I know we're going through the ratings, but I think what I mean, people had asked about, not much presence from Cody. The Rock has now gone off into the sunset temporarily. Roman's on a sabbatical. And the show for me cooked from start to finish as far as the energy in the building, what they were providing. I liked the main event, the women being highlighted, Tiffany having a big moment. The Tama Tonga solo shit was unbelievable. Again,
was that the apex of the show?
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing was that the apex and then everything else was might have been you're coming down off the coaster there.
A little bit. It was definitely the emotional peak of it all.
Right.
But
MDB,
go ahead.
Sorry. MDB just popping about you, saying Destiny's Child was upset. Yes, and also no Rampagia or anything because they're doing that on Saturday because of course they've got a book against in TNA pay-per-view and because why only have Collision when you can have Rampagia right behind it on 420?
Right, you got to double up. But yeah, the Rampage is going to get moved around a lot. I think Collision's going to get moved too, coming up with all the NBA playoffs. So we'll see how that plays out.
They need to get moved to Daly's place. Sorry.
Yeah, one of the unfortunate things about their relationship with Warner Brother Discovery is they get preempted quite a bit.
Right, but so you had the list. Sorry, I feel like
the list. Sorry, 1 second.
The list. The plane, boss. The plane.
Oh, where did the list go? I forgot about it.
I thought that's where you were going. I thought I was cutting you off talking about the list.
I was, but keep going through ratings.
I give it a 10. My favorite part of the show is the car wreck with bleeding Kevin Owens. Worst part of the show is Austin Theory and Grace Waller disrespecting Triple H during the presentation. Christian, I respect you. Maybe relax, but I respect your opinion. 8.5 out of 10 says Damien. 9.25 says MDB. I know many liked the women's match, but I think it was weak. Glad Tiffany ended it. But again, I think everyone was expecting this to be a fucking barn burner, to be a pay-per-view level match. It was nothing but to set up stories going forward. It was literally a continuation. You're not going to have Naomi take a clean loss because she's still going to go after that. She's still a prominent figure on the division. Bayley's got to still at least look strong coming out of that, which she did to an extent. And I think you did a huge effort. Now you've made Tiffany a big star and a viable threat, even more than she was already into this. So you've now already named, you pretty much established your top 3 for the women's title on SmackDown.
Yeah, no, I think, again, I mean, I thought the match was solid. I mean, 2 solid, not to double up on solid, but 2 solid competitors having a good match. I think it went well for me. And again, the ending, I know we love to have a winner and a loser, but when you're telling a story and you're trying to get a young superstar over and put her in that upper echelon, I think they did it. I think they nailed it. I did find the list, though. Ready?
Fair enough. Hold on. I'll take the comment off here so we can focus on the list.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So on Monday, we're going to have a 20 women battle royal for the women's world heavyweight championship.
As long as they don't get released before the show.
Well, yeah. So card subject to change. People are wondering if there's going to be surprises. I don't think this is a full 20. We'll count it out.
Mm-hmm.
Becky Lynch, Liv Morgan, Nia Jax, Maxine Dupree, Chelsea Green, Natalia, Katana Chance, Indy Hartwell, Zoe Stark, Kaden Carter, Candice LeRae, Shayna Baszler, Xia Li apparently not.
Debatable. TBD spot.
Tegan Knox, Piper Niven, Ivy Nile. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So there's 15 people now if Xia Li is truly gone. So now you have 4 spots open for surprises for this battle royal.
Who do you got?
Alexa Bliss.
Fuck. Because I was going to say that too. I was like, Anthony, you damn sold us here. Out of the list that you gave me there,
out of the list,
it had to be somebody. It's got to be Liv because you have her with a run. You have her go for a bit. And that's what sparks when Rhea comes back.
Yeah.
Now you've got her reign that's ended and everything.
The
fandom, the markiness, the holy shit moment, polish a turd and hope it comes out bright enough and shiny enough.
Yeah,
would be Alexa Bliss coming out here, and we've got even more teases and everything.
Yeah,
I think we'll have her come back and not win the title.
Well, you can't have her come back because she's in the storyline. So if she doesn't go at the title, she can come back and not have the title. But I think at the end of the day, I mean, could we get a bigger surprise? Could a Carmella come back in the middle of this? We don't know. I mean, a very interesting. I mean, Liv has to be that front runner, like you said. But
well, Anthony out here like Dylon, and Dylon.
I told you they should. So back when Bray was teasing, he was coming back, and it was near the Rumble. And we were like, man, why don't you just have him show up at the Rumble? And like the lights go out when they come back on, everybody's outside the ring except Alexa. She's just standing in the ring by herself, and everybody's eliminated. Lights out, everyone out, lights on, she wins. And everyone's like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, but that is a little bit of like I don't know if I want to say the color, but you get what I'm saying of a certain blue version of something here.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But it could be anybody. We got 16 competitors.
Right. 8 out of 10. Damian saying Carmella, Chair saying Julia. I think she's gonna be your NXT North American Women's Champion before she's ever a main title holder on the roster.
That's a fair shout. I like that. No, but we also know the reports that Marigold, which is Ross's company, and the WWE are still ironing out whatever they're working on. So I'll be very curious to see how this story gets reported over the next little bit here about their relationship.
Yeah, because 100% I think Julia's going to WWE, but she's gonna have some dates there.
Yes.
I like this. Simone saying Marco Stunt.
Let's go.
Raquel Rodriguez. Well, no, T's and P's and everything with that she's got going on. Because they even pulled, I think, Raquel from like the active roster because of all the stuff she's got going on. So
yeah.
Julia announced Blue Cane is coming to WWE. Why are you just telling me to tell lies now? And he's Blue Cane now because gimmick infringement.
Right.
Trademark, copyright. Yeah, he's now Blue Pain instead of Blue Cane.
No time soon, I don't think.
Well, he's the. Have you at least seen him, sir? He's the Sub-Zero. Yes. Okay. I wasn't sure.
He's ridiculous.
It's just amazing how if you just change one letter but do the exact same gimmick that WWE did, you're good. You're good. You can have that.
Who got released? Zion Quinn, Xia Li, and apparently Jinder quit. We're not sure on all of the details as of right now. Those are the 3 names we're hearing. And as much as the cuts do suck, folks, I mean, for some people, it's an opportunity. And sometimes it works out better than you ever expected. So I'm sure it sucks. I'm sure the news sucks. But maybe they'll have a chance to actually showcase what they have. because they're not getting an opportunity here right now.
Absolutely. I'd rather go somewhere where I could show up and show out because that's what the show is about versus I'm going to sit in catering. And now, are they just working through like backwards? They're going the reversed alphabet because everyone's got an X now. There was no Z wrestlers or anything. So now it's all the X. Now we're going to go through the Y's. We're going to go reverse alphabetical order here.
Right. But yeah, no, that's too funny. 8 from Eric. I think I'm going to go 8.2 tonight. Solid show. Happy with it from start to finish.
Hairs like a motherfucker.
Yeah, it's yeah, we're going to start getting tricky on this one. But yeah, no, good show. I was happy with it. I thought they did really well, and I think that whole segment with Tama Tonga Solo, the whole situation, how intense it was. I mean, again, you made Tama Tonga look like an absolute badass tonight. That to me had such old school vibes. I couldn't help but give extra points. Good show, good matches, fun matches. I'm happy.
I'll go, I guess, plus 0.3 and go 8.5.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, I didn't know we were going to 8.2 here and everything.
8.2.
Could I do 8.3, Bob? Does that win me the showcase show down here?
Yeah.
But no, I think it was a really good show across the board and a lot of stuff that really had you on the edge of your fucking seat and everything. And I think somebody mentioned it earlier, and I think it's becoming more and more clear, and maybe it gets divvied out a bit because of the draft and everything. SmackDown is the A show in WWE right now. It's not Raw. SmackDown is the A show.
Yeah, but you know what? I think it's been that way for a long time for me. But I would honestly,
but now it's just becoming clear. Sorry.
No, but I'm starting to feel like the gap is closing. I actually feel the opposite. I mean, we've had really good Raws the last few weeks, and this week in particular, this Monday, I thought was outstanding. So I really think that like Raw and SmackDown are neck and neck a lot of weeks for me now.
If you did 2 hours of Raw to the 2 hours of SmackDown, I think they'd be neck and neck. I think that extra hour leaves a lot of room for a lot of bullshit, respectfully.
Yeah, I would argue that the Triple H, like, I mean, this week, I think they're doing really good at keeping it going and keeping it exciting. And like I said, the last couple
Candice and Maxine, Candice and Indy versus Maxine and Ivy was, keeping it going.
Yeah, well, they're trying to build a story with all that shit. And I mean, I don't love it, but I mean, again, that's one segment. I could pick out a segment from tonight's show that was like, man, why did we get that? But at the end of the day, I mean, I think they're getting closer.
I'm not fully debating that. I'm more of just saying of just trim down an hour and you're like golden.
Yeah, but I mean, again, I think that's partly of the, dealing with the system we're in.
Facts.
But Jinder got the Rock push. Now he gets the shit. Call him back. They don't use them, and they can't figure out what to do with them. They got so much talent. It's not the end of the world. Sorry, Jinder. It was good to know you. Good luck.
Yeah, but now how much is the writing on the wall for Veer and Sangha?
Yeah.
Which I don't wish on anybody. But again, that's a little bit of a package deal to an extent.
Yeah, to a degree. I like Indusher. I think they are underutilized. I think there's a big opportunity there for them. Two big guys. If they were in a match with like an AOP, even being heelish and chasing around the Street Profits, I think they could be absolutely useful. But again, they have so much talent. If they don't feel like they can do anything with you, they might as well let you go and let you figure some stuff out.
Yeah, but it's really interesting with those two, especially because, like you said, there's a way to make them work. You're just not doing it. Like,
yeah,
you'd rather have DIY with their, Backstreet's Back fucking theme song come out and everything versus Indusher that actually looks like they would destroy some motherfuckers.
Yeah,
if you had each brand that had that big powerhouse tag team, you have AOP on NXT, you have Indusher on Raw, and I don't know, fucking find one on SmackDown, and there you go.
Yeah, I mean, I again, like to your point, my head instantly went to DIY as well. So, Jinder got fired. No, according to social media, according to Jinder's social media, he quit. He quit.
He went full Dave Bautista of I quit. I quit.
Right.
I quit. I quit. I quit.
Is it too early for Charlotte Flair to return Monday?
Yes.
Yes. Emphatic. Bloodline becoming literal facts. I wouldn't call it a push. The Rock needed a foreign heel to beat up, and Jinder was chosen the reward. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, Richard. I mean, again, it was I think a little tongue in cheek with that, to be honest.
Yeah, no one was taking that literally except for you, Richard.
Right. Jinder versus Hook. I'm down. Sword of the
yeah. Well, no, I like this one of we want Shanky. Is he still on the roster?
I don't even know.
Is still on the roster, but Jinder Mahal is not. What?
Is he still there? The return of Sonya Deville. We haven't seen Sonya in a hot minute. I agree with KJ Danny D. Thank you. Raw's catching up. Fair enough. Okay. Dwayne should not interfere in the ring, only on the mic. I don't think that's accurate, especially how he did at WrestleMania. I thought he did well.
Absolutely.
Right? Jinder is going to be finishing a story in WWE 5 years from now. There you go. The reclamation project that is Jinder Mahal.
It's going to be him versus Veer for the 24/7 championship.
Right. Shanky did get released according to MDB. There you go. He danced his ass right out of the building.
He was out there. That's a tag team that needs to be a thing. Is Shanky and Jose. No, hey, Jose.
Right. These three superstars that released, 90 day. Even Jinder retweeted, followed up on that.
Right. Jinder already finished his story. Jinder got a story he didn't even know he opened.
Yeah, no shit. He finished a book that he didn't know he was in.
Yeah, but see, Tony, this is the thing. If you're going to let somebody go and then you think that they might have some value, you make sure that they're not going to go and show up on somebody's company the next day and shit like that.
You didn't do one of those 90-day thingies? What were you thinking?
Remember when it was like a huge thing when like Aleister Black was released, and because he was under the NXT thing of he only had like a 30-day versus a 90-day and all of that. We were literally getting so much into like the contract fucking nuances in pro wrestling. It's insane.
Yeah, no, it was really funny. Like, he was still on his NXT deal, so he outie.
It's like being on a rookie deal versus being on like a vet deal.
Got caught, not paying attention.
Right.
Now we wait for the return. Now, my question to everybody who's still here and is, does an episode like tonight with the reaction of the fans make you want a Roman return?
Yes.
Well, that's the thing. Did they do a good job? And instantly the fan reaction within the building is calling for the tribal chief, setting up this return where he's going to get a huge pop and come in to save the day. It's crazy.
I'm surprised that that's so prevalent now. Like I thought that might have been something that's a month from now or anything like that. Like you gotta. It's just kind of I never wanted Roman to leave. Absolutely. Right. I acknowledge my tribal chief, but 100% of I felt like this was something that maybe you could have let it go a month or so, and then that's when you would expect to get the "we want Roman" chance of it. Then you get it fucks with Solo after he's kind of established himself, and it's huge to see Solo handle that as well as he did.
Yeah,
we're fully setting Roman as a babyface here.
Yeah, like if I was to give out an award for like the MVP of the night, I mean, the guy of the night is Solo Sikoa for me. Showing up looking dressed, looking sharp, looking like, Solo Knight.
Can we just call him Shug Sikoa from now on?
Yeah, his Solo Knight or Shug. I like Shug Sikoa a little better.
Yeah, we need to make that'll be coming soon to the merch store, folks. So make sure you got it. It's going to be the gold chain, and it's going to be like the taped hand and all that,
right?
With the taped bloody hand, Shug Sikoa.
Right, Roman, bye. I like it, but I mean, Solo killed it tonight. Solo presented himself well. He, like you said, he's getting that Dom level of a boo now. Everybody's into it. There it is, Shug Sikoa. It is. Let's go.
So again, trademark. Anybody else out there that you see saying that, you know where they heard it from. You know, often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated.
Facts. Let's go. We want the Usos back as a tag team. Make it happen, Roman Reigns. Yeah, it feels like the writing's on the wall for that. They've already started setting that up, so we will find out. We will see. But it looks like we're getting down to the nitty gritty, my buddy. Maybe it's
Last
time.
question. Do we get Samoan Civil War at War Games? We talked about, well, even on Monday Night Raw, you had, Jay saying about Jimmy of, I told him to come with me and everything. Of at the end of the day, we've talked about this. Of we all have brothers. Everybody's got that brother, even if they ain't blood. Of still 100%. I'm a lookout for you. You're like I may let you get your shit rocked around a little bit so you learn.
Yeah.
But no, at the end of the day, I got you and everything. I think we're going to get, and we've talked about this, if we get that split, we get that divide of we get, Roman and the Usos versus, say, Jacob, Tama, and Solo in, say, a War Games, and you can extrapolate upon that.
Yeah, I think if you're going to run the War Games thing, the only advice I would give, and I have to warn the fan base, not the company, is patience. Like, if we're going all the way to War Games, if we're going to Survivor Series, unless they preempt it and then do War Games somewhere outside of Survivor Series, if you're stretching the story that long, we got to be patient. We have to let this marinade. We're going to have big stretches. We're going to have side stories. Rock's probably going to fight Cody on the, before that happens.
Really?
Yeah, there's a lot to figure out. I really think we're going to get Rock, Cody, SummerSlam for the world title.
Interesting, because then that would lead into your theory and a lot of other people's theories about like to where the Rock's actually been the one, the secret hand pulling the strings and everything, which even then it could even be to where I wasn't doing that, but I'm kind of down with their shit. Like, you lost, they're winning.
And imagine this: Cody's in a match with The Rock, and maybe the new Bloodline pop up and start helping, or come in as a distraction. If Roman was to show up with the old Bloodline, imagine the babyface pop for that, and it allows. And now The Rock is pissed because Roman has helped Cody. The fucking babyface of all babyfaces. Man, there's a lot of potential.
Do you run the gamble? And it's more of just a gamble, just in the figurative sense of this whole thing might be bigger than anything Cody does with the world title.
Maybe. Again,
I'm not saying it's not a bad thing to have, but I mean, it kind of almost might be with Cody was this built up, was supposed to be the hero, and you're still getting shadowed by the Bloodline, and they don't even have the title anymore.
Yeah, and I think at the end of the day, for me, I think back to like the good old days, at least for us. So like what we kind of feel like the good old days were. And I like the fact that every segment kind of had something. Some people are going to think the Bloodline story is better. Some people are going to like the other stories better, but everything kind of had an impact. And that's where you're saying like 2 hours cooked, because everything has some relevance outside of maybe one or two mushy matches that we get thrown in there.
Like we talked about, we grew up obviously both in the Attitude Era and everything, and to where everything at least had some thread that might have helped make the quilt that was WWE storytelling at that time.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's what plays really well. And again, they feel like they upped the level tonight. KO, for those who don't know, was missing, and I guess Tama Tonga found him in the parking lot via head-on collision. So
accident.
Right. So they're playing up that Tama Tonga tried to take out KO.
I did it for the solo. I did
it. And I still think there's more to it, but I love the fact that we got to sit around and debate about it, and we will find out sooner than later what's going to happen. I think this is great, and I really enjoyed tonight. I really did.
Absolutely. 10 million outcomes to every single storyline. That's the thing, is everything's, pulling on one thread, but, unleashes another, 10 different angles that this could go, and they all sound pretty goddamn cool.
Right. Well, one of the last ones we'll click on. What if Jimmy isn't really out of the Bloodline with Solo? Well, technically, he never said he was. He was just punishing him. So they might play that a little bit of like, you took your lumps, now welcome back. And Jimmy's like, fuck that shit.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I never been in like some gang stuff or anything like that. But if someone just shows up that's supposed to be, especially like my little brother, and just beats the shit out of me, no, I don't want to hang out with y'all anymore. Like, no,
yeah, Jimmy's not gonna want to hang out, but Solo could definitely, like I said, yo, what's up with you? Like, you paid the
you're acting strange now. You're blood in, blood out.
Yeah, like you got your consequence. You take it like a man. You don't pout. And eventually it leads.
He's so much Suge Knight, it's scary.
Kevin got beat. All right, then, John. Yes, sir. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we thank everybody who showed up tonight. Thank you for being a part of the show and all the fun. Remember, we are back tomorrow. What did I say? 6:45 for
I believe so. Both nights, Saturday and Sunday.
6:45 p.m. Eastern time. We go live, so be ready. Bring your dinner with you. We'll hang out. We'll have some fun. Saturday night stream, we're going to blow it up. Our 420 special for TNA Rebellion, AEW Collision, and more. Plus Sunday, AEW Dynasty. So click all those links below. Thank you for joining us tonight. And, man, good job, Papa Paul.
Absolutely. Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is all authentic. When you're talking about the wrestling, you put it that for life. Put it.
See you on the flip side. Come back tomorrow. 420, y'all.